Lumberjack spirit. Up in my head. Whoa! Up in my head. Whoa! Up in my head. I got that lumberjack spirit. All over me. Whoa! All over me. Whoa! All over me. Whoa!
It's time for Lumberjack Football on 1240 KOFE AM, St. Mary's, your home for Lumberjack sports all year long. Join Tim Parrish as he brings you the action live from the field. Gonna have a throw by Barta. Oh, it's a beautiful throw and catch to Julian Grimaldo. He's gone down the far sideline. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Barta pitches it to Gibson. Gibson, he's still on his feet. Bounces off a couple of guys, gets the edge, and he's going to take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsors and hope that you'll do the same. Without them, these game broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now let's take you to the field where Tim Parrish will bring you the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. And go Lumberjacks! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Field as your St. Mary's Lumberjacks get set to kick off their 2024-2025 football season here tonight under the lights at Lumberjack Field. As the Lumberjacks hosting a big opponent, they are hosting the 5A Sandpoint Bulldogs in tonight's non-conference home opener for St. Mary's. It is a nice evening here in St. Mary's, 80 degrees or so currently, about 77 degrees at the kickoff is what the weather says, and clear sunny skies. As everybody knows, this is also the start of Paul Bunyan Days weekend today, so hopefully everybody enjoys their Paul Bunyan Days weekend safely and has a good time here as the summer starts to wind down on us. This weekend, we get into the full school mode and high school sports and all that stuff. So things are going to get busy again here for everybody, as everybody's pretty much busy all the time. But anyways, we want to welcome you back to Lumberjack Sports here on 1240 KOFE St. Mary's. And also don't forget our YouTube stream where we have the audio over there on YouTube. And you can subscribe to that. You'll get automatic notifications when we go live with Lumberjack Sports Broadcast. And then we also have our audio going to the NFHS camera here at Lumberjack Field as well. I'm not exactly sure what time that camera kicks on, so we'll play that by ear. But it is opening night for the Lumberjacks. We got St. Mary's out warming up, down doing their stretches here on the eastern end zone. And Sandpoint out here doing their warm-ups. They've already stretched, it looks like. They're out going through some of their pregame warm-ups. We've got about an hour until the kickoff, scheduled for 7 o'clock. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with our interview that we did with head coach Greg Rouse.
Show your spirit and unleash your school colors with a debit MasterCard from P1FCU. With our exclusive high school and college design, you can represent your school with pride. To join the P1FCU Mascot Madness, visit P1FCU.org to see all our designs. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you ready to turn your dream space into a reality? Look no further than Construction Solutions, your trusted partner in residential and commercial construction. From concept to completion, we've got you covered. At Construction Solutions, we specialize in site development with top-notch excavation services, ensuring a solid foundation for your project. Our experienced team is dedicated to delivering quality craftsmanship and exceeding your expectations. Opportunity awaits with Construction Solutions. Whether it's your dream home or a thriving business space, we're here to make it happen. Call us now at 208-582-3305 and let's build your future together. Construction Solutions, where excellence meets opportunity. Visit our website at constructionbylozano.com. That's constructionbylozano.com.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
And we are here with head coach Greg Rouse, St. Mary's Lumberjack Football, our first coach's interview of the season, first game of the season coming up against a tough opponent in Sandpoint. Coach, though, it's a new season. It begins here tonight at Lumberjack Field. How was your off season, and what did you do as a coach and as a team to be prepared for this season? Anything new?
This is kind of the first full year where I've gotten, everything. I kind of took over last minute last year, and we had all the craziness we had to deal with and, the tragedy and stuff. And so this is the first full season. We got a preseason in. We were able to do things that we haven't ever done before. Even in the past, we never did a spring football season, and we did the one this year. We got involved in a lot of different 7-on-7 more tournaments and stuff than we had done before. We just worked on a lot of different off-season stuff, and I think we're really going to see that, play out on the field as we head into the beginning of our season here. And so I'm kind of excited to see how it plays. The boys have really come together. They've put in a lot of work, a lot of time. It's all kind of gone, as planned in doing that. So I'm really excited to see if it all pays off.
All right. Like you said, you did a lot of 7-on-7 this year, and I don't really think you guys have done any much 7-on-7 in the past. I assume that helps a lot with the passing game. And I think we talked about it a little bit at the practice the other day, where since you are trying to separate offense, defense, it really was just working your offensive side. So how does that really help prepare your receivers and stuff?
Well, we just, last year, one of my goals was to, because of everything we're dealing with, is just get the foundation laid in this new offense, and that was the run game. We established that, producing, the number one rusher in the state. That all kind of worked out, but now the next layer is adding in the passing part of it. So this preseason stuff has really helped us to be able to get the passing down and stuff as far as doing that. And so it was really helpful, I guess you'd say, in helping us really get the passing kind of dialed in before we headed into the season. And so, they're just way ahead of where they were last year. I mean, significantly, I noticed. And I noticed that as we went into camp and faced different teams, because we went to the same camp, and being able to see our level of play compared to last year, preseason, at camp and stuff, there's just a night and day difference.
All right. And this is your, of course, second year as the head coach. You've got plenty of years, as defensive coordinator here with Lumberjacks. I'm sure you learned some different things last year during your practices and things like that. So what are some maybe things you're doing differently this year in your practices and stuff, just that maybe you either learned over the off season or came up with on your own?
Just dialing in the whole system of, being able to get it down where we're trying to develop a program now that, in essence is player independent. meaning, it's a system that's scalable and repeatable. We can do it over and over, right? And layering that in has been a little bit of a work. We added some new coaches. We did a bunch of preseason coaches training, clinics, that kind of stuff, trying to get ourselves prepared so that we can then help these young men to have the greatest success that they've had. And I think that's kind of been the difference, is just getting everybody trained, everybody on the right, page, everybody doing the system the way that that I designed it so that it can be more efficient. And so we're kind of, all that's lining up now as we head into it. And then we go in against a great opponent. I mean, everybody, I've talked to different, newspapers to, broadcasts and stuff, and people are all asking, boy, you're taking on Sandpoint, really? You're taking on Sandpoint, they're a couple divisions above us, and they're ranked, they've been in the playoff contender last few years. I think they're ranked, preseason third, I believe, in the coaches polls and stuff, from media polls. And so they're a heavy favorite that way, but I think we match up well. I think it's going to be tough. And it was definitely really, we're going to do it, kind of thing for a lot of people. But for the players and us, we're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's take them on. You rise to the level of your competition,
Yeah. We're talking with head coach Greg Rouse as the Lumberjacks get set to take on the Sandpoint Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break and be back with more.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our communities. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Any adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Dawn Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Dawn Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. For safety and training information, see your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. And we are back. We're talking with head coach Greg Rouse for St. Mary's Lumberjack Football. And we just mentioned, you just kind of talked about it prior to our break, that, you're opening up against a big 5A school. Sandpoint, they've got a freshman team, they've got a JV team, they've got a varsity team, so they're the big rosters for them. Some fans may want to know why we're playing Sandpoint, why we're playing such a big school, especially early in the season. Besides just playing up competition just to help your guys out, there is a reason as far as it comes down to like max prep. So kind of explain how that you would prefer to have those Idaho schools instead of Washington schools on your schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Last year we should have made the playoffs based on our record and who we played. but because we played the Washington schools, it doesn't help your Max Preps ranking as well as playing other Idaho schools. There's something about the algorithm and how that's set up with Max Preps, and it's kind of a mystery. A lot of schools have tried to figure it out, but what you realize is when you play out of state, it doesn't rank as well as in-state opponents. So last year, knowing that, like when I went to one of the coaches' clinics, I had a lot of coaches come up and say, "You guys got robbed. You should have been in the playoffs," those kind of things. And so we kind of saw it. And, last year was crazy. So, it worked itself out, how it came out. But I decided, hey, we're going to play all Idaho teams. And so I eliminated the Washington schools from our schedule, and we had to fill those with other schools here in North Idaho. And travels, obviously there's not a lot of schools in North Idaho. So I knew the coach over there at Sandpoint, and so we set it up. And like I said, we're rising up to level competition. We have played them at the lower divisions and done well. So I think we're there. Yes, they're a large school and have, lots of players, but they can only put 11 on the field. And our 11 against their 11, I believe, match up really well. Depth-wise, no, I don't have 4 quarterbacks or 4 running backs or, that kind of thing. I mean, that's just the difference of a smaller school. But, our ones against their ones, we stay healthy. We do well as far as match up against them. And then we added Moscow was the other one that we added to our we took away 2 Washington teams and added Sandpoint and Moscow, which are both, they were a 5A, but they're down playing 4A this year. But we decided to take on bigger schools because that's what we got to do. But our whole off-season, or not off-season, out of conference schedule is all upper division schools. We don't get to play anybody lower. So there's just not a lot of 2As or 3As now. There's not a lot of 3As around us as far as doing that. If they are, they're in our conference.
And Sandpoint and Moscow, I think, are both good ads in Moscow because typically Grangeville and Orofino and even Kellogg typically all play them. So it kind of just helps, again, see how we stack up. Even though I see that Orofino's not playing, they're not playing the varsity team out of Moscow. They're playing their JV team. So that's kind of interesting to me a little bit. But anyways, that's for another time there. The Bulldogs, though, they do have a game under their belt. They played last week in a 0 week. How is it you guys didn't play? So how is that both beneficial and detrimental maybe to you guys?
Well, I was a little bummed when I heard they got a 0. They didn't have one at first, a 0 week game, because I wanted us to be their first game. Because the reality is when you get that game, you get a chance to shake off some of the rust. Those first couple games are always adjustment. But that first one, you kind of get the kinks worked out. They got that. That's an advantage. There's nothing I could do about it. They scheduled that. It's their schedule, and they scheduled it after, kind of the fact. I was like, darn it. But the other end of it, we got to then watch them. We actually were up there, got to watch them, in that game. And so we get a chance to kind of see what they're doing. They don't get that chance with us. They can only have what we had last year, and we've added a whole lot more this year. And so I think that'll play to our advantage. So there's some advantages both ways.
Yeah. And that one, no Trey Gibson, so that's got to be something they have to try to figure out who's going to be that guy this year. They don't know. Nope. Last question. What do you want to see out of St. Mary's tonight against this big school?
Well, I'd really like to come away with a win. I want to see us, if we don't, because they are a big school, I just want to see us compete, execute well, see that, they're actually executing our systems and our plays, and, everything's working the way that we planned and are doing it. That's what I want to see. I want to see us come out healthy. We have a young team. The reality is, you look at it on our defense, you're going to see, pretty much everybody except for 2 players didn't play on our, defense last year. So we only got two returners that'll be playing on defense. It's all new faces. But the cool thing is they're a very talented young group. We've got a really talented sophomore and junior class that are behind them, and they're all starting to fill into there, and they're playing great. And I'm kind of excited to see how these young guys do, really. If they come together like I'm hoping and what I've been seeing, then I think we can be really good. But that's going to be the test, is how well the young guys step up and do that. Offensively, we have a little bit more as far as returners, so I think we'll be a little more efficient there, in that they have a little more experience. But defensively, we're fast, we're aggressive. I think it's going to pay out if these young guys really get in there and believe in themselves and, come together. We could be really good.
All right. Well, Coach, looking forward to the season, looking forward to the game tonight. Good luck, and go Lumberjacks.
Yeah, go Lumberjacks. Thanks.
This has been our pregame interview with head coach Greg Rouse. We'll take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more here from Lumberjack Field.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chip, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Field as we get set for the opening night of Lumberjack football here in St. Mary's. Your Lumberjacks hosting the Sandpoint Bulldogs, big 5A school from up north. Before we get into a little bit about Sandpoint, we'll take a look at some of our more local information, of course, with our Central Idaho League and with our Lumberjacks. First off, we'll take a look at the standings for the 3A Central Idaho League District 1 and 2. If you are a high school sports fan here in Idaho, you've been following along, you know that they reshuffled the classifications. They did away with 1A D1, 1A D2. There is now just a 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and a 6A. They added the 6A. 5A used to be the highest. So they added that one, got rid of the 1A D1, 1A D2 classification, and that bumped St. Mary's up to, not bumped them up, but it put St. Mary's in all of our classification. All the same teams, just now 3A Central Idaho League District 1 and 2. That, of course, includes Grangeville, Kellogg, Priest River, and Orofino in our conference. And taking a look at standings, there's only two teams that have had action under their belt. Kellogg played last week, Orofino played last night. The Grangeville Bulldogs, though, in the preseason coaches poll were ranked number 1. They are at Timberlake tonight, first game of the season for them. Your Lumberjacks, of course, hosting Sandpoint. Next week, St. Mary's will be up in Bonners Ferry. Kellogg, they actually played already. They lost 43-0 to Moscow last week. They are at North Fremont tonight, so another big opponent, but that is a not an in-conference, but a same league team there, North Fremont. Priest River, they are fielding their varsity squad this year. They will be at Grangeville on September the 6th. And Orofino, they played Moscow JV last night. They beat Moscow JV by a score of 34-0. And that win was the first win for the Maniacs since September 24th of 21, when the Maniacs beat Marsing 31-0. The Maniacs have gone 17 straight losses before getting that win last night over in Orofino. The next action for the Maniacs, they've got a ways to go before they play another game. According to Idaho Sports schedule, it shows that the Maniacs will be at Salmon on the 20th of this month. So that's a look at the Central Idaho League standings. We'll take a break, come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off from Lumberjack Field.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years' experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work, M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back. I took that break a little bit prematurely. I usually do our standings and our polls and power rankings in that first segment. So I cut away from our commercial break, and we'll take a look at those polls and power rankings real quick. Idaho Sports Power Rankings, top 5 for the 3A League is Declo, Firth, Marcine, Kellogg, and Soda Springs. Those teams have all played last week, so that made it a little bit easier, win or loss, to be ranked in that top 5, obviously. In the coaches poll for the Central Idaho League, it was Grangeville, St. Mary's, Kellogg, Priest River, and Orofino. So I don't have a coaches poll, I don't think, for this new season just yet. In the media polls, it's Westside, Declo, North Fremont, Aberdeen, and Firth in the top 5. And I didn't think they started putting out Max Preps rankings until 3rd or 4th games in, but maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe it changed this year. But in the Max Preps rankings currently, with 1 week under the belt for the 0 week for some teams, Westside is number 1, Declo is number 2, North Fremont number 3, Melbourne number 4, and Napa Christian is number 5. So there's our polls and power rankings. Now we'll take a break, and we'll be back with more of our pregame after this. For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack!
If you know which side of a saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, block, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Field. This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off as your Lumberjacks open their season against the Sandpoint Bulldogs for Lumberjack Football Friday Night Lights. Of course, we're still going to have a little bit of daylight up until the probably a little bit after kickoff, so the lights don't come on quite as early, but it's still, still Friday Night Lights. This is our Around the County in Sports. We take a look at some of the other area schools close to us, which is Lakeside and Kootenai, and we give you a little update on their volleyball and football efforts. Starting with the Lakeside Knights, their volleyball team is 1-0 in league play, 2-0 overall. They beat Clark Fork 3-0, three matches to 0, or 3 sets to 0 on the 27th of this month. And then last night they beat Coeur de Christ Academy 3-1. Football for the Lakeside Knights, 1-0. They had an impressive victory over Coeur de Christ, 54-32 last week on the 23rd. Coeur de Christ, of course, a new team out there. They are at Clark Fork tonight to take on, I think Clark Fork is the Wampus Cats. But in any case, good luck to the Lakeside Knights tonight in their action over in Clark Fork. The Kootenai Warriors, they did not field a football team this year. In fact, several of their players came over to St. Mary's last year, got some JV action because they had to call their season early last year. And there are players that are from over there that have come this year to play for St. Mary's. So they are still getting some football action. So we might have some Kootenai Warrior fans that are tuned in or here at the game tonight as well to cheer on their kids from over in Kootenai. But their volleyball program, they are 1-1 in league play, 1-1 overall. They lost 3-0 to Court of Christ on the 27th, and they beat Mullen last night by a total of 3 matches, 3 sets to none. So that is where the Kootenai Warriors sit. That's been a look around the county in sports. We'll take another quick break, come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Fall is coming and, of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. XXX Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. XXX Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, XXX Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by XXX Feeds in St. Mary's today.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special?
They do. You do.
We all do.
This may be presented to Idaho High School by
I've been a team for many years. Team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Field. Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kick off as the Lumberjack football team gets set to take on the Sandpoint Bulldogs. Both teams now have headed back to their locker rooms and getting their final coaching instructions and quick relax time before to get focused before they come back out here probably in about 10 minutes or so to get things rolling here with our opening ceremonies. In any case, going back to last year's stats a little bit now, we know the team has changed, but this was last year's numbers for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's would average about 24 points per game last season. Finished the year, I think, 3-5 overall with a 3-1 league record, 2-1, 3-1 league record. Yards per game for the Lumberjacks were averaging about 300. Passing yards per game on the lower side, about 72 to 80. Rushing yards per game, that was St. Mary's bread and butter, so to speak, last year, 231 yards per game in the ground game. St. Mary's averaged 5 yards per pass attempt and 6 yards per rush attempt last year offensively. Turnovers not the prettiest for St. Mary's, something you probably want to see a lot lower this year. Had a total of about 20 turnovers last season, 9 fumbles lost, 11 interceptions thrown. Third down conversions for St. Mary's last year was 37%. Fourth down conversions, 33%. Offensive leaders for last year, Jack Barda, Jr. He's a junior this year. He was the quarterback last year as a sophomore. He was 48 for 115 passing with 572 yards, 4 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, sacked 7 times. Trey Gibson, he graduated. He is now at University of Idaho, or College of Idaho, playing for the Yotes. He had 208 carries for 1,676 yards, and number one in the state of Idaho last year in the ground game. 17 touchdowns, 8 yards per rush, 202 yards per game, with a long of 67. Returning this year at wide receiver, Julian Grimaldo. He's a senior, 13 receptions last year, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Milo Marsh graduated last year, 7 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. And Trey Gibson, once again, he was the graduate, our leading rusher last year. He had 8 receptions with 63 yards and a touchdown last year. On the defensive side of things, St. Mary's allowed 33 points per game and 290 yards per game. 143 of that was passing, 141 roughly was rushing, and third down conversions, 35% for their opponents, fourth down conversions, 47%. Definitely don't want to give up that many fourth down conversions to your opponents. St. Mary's recovered 9 fumbles and had 1 interception last year. According to the stats, St. Mary's was -10 in the turnover battle. It's another one you want to see flipped this year. St. Mary's did get to the quarterback and sack him 11 times last season. Defensive leaders for the Lumberjacks last year, you had Trey Gibson. He had 54 tackles, 7 for loss, 4 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 1 defensive touchdown. Cole Darnold, he also graduated. As you heard Coach say in the pregame interview, our defense did not return a whole lot of guys. Cole Darnold, he had 53 tackles last year, 6 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. Roan Ford, he graduated last year. He had 4 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, a defensive touchdown, and a safety. He is playing for it's Northern Montana University, I think it was. I had this in my pregame, but I don't see it showing up in here. Maybe it's further down in my, yeah, there we go. It's down here in my next segment for the Lumberjacks. He is at MSU, Montana State University, I believe it is, in Northern Montana, is where Roan Ford is playing. So that is a look at the stats from last year, the guys that we lost and the guys that are still here. We'll take another break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to kickoff as your Lumberjacks get set to take on the Sandpoint Bulldogs opening night for Lumberjack football.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Mary's. When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, you have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1 million in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe.
Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's. Now we are back. Potlatch's #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off. You're listening to Lumberjack Sports on 1240 KOFE St. Mary's. You can also find us on YouTube on our YouTube audio stream. Just look KOFE 1240 AM on YouTube, and you'll find us there. Subscribe to it so you'll get notifications when we go live with Lumberjack Sports. Also on the NFHS Network camera. I'm not 100% sure when the NFHS camera goes live, but it might be up right now for all I know. So we want to take a look real quick. The Lumberjacks this year, they come into the 2024-25 season with a lot of new and familiar faces on the varsity team. The Lumberjacks graduated 10 key players last year off of the roster. From the leading running back in all of Idaho, Trey Gibson, who went on to play College of Idaho, or at College of Idaho, to 3 of our stalwarts off the offensive line, Riley Abel, Jackson Nantel, and J.J. High. And then they also graduated defensive end Roan Ford, who went to play for MSU Northern in Montana, Cole Darnold, who was a linebacker, Brock Anderson, a defensive back, Freddie Plant, a defensive end, Milo Marsh, a wide receiver, and Wyatt Holmes, a wide receiver. So a lot of pretty important guys moved on last year. With that said, though, St. Mary's does bring back junior quarterback Jack Barta, senior wide receivers Julian Grimaldo and Hayden DeFort, senior running back Gerard Dittman, and anchoring the offensive line for the Lumberjacks this year is center Jason Thompson. Then you throw in the new faces, and I didn't bring my Idaho Sports preview that listed all of them, but there is a whole lot of new faces on offense and defense that we're going to hear from tonight. You've got Zach Soten, Brock Barta, Alan Wise, Michael Nyman, Caden Morris, Blaine Kusarik, Bryce Harpole. There's just a whole bunch of kids, including Cody Mitchell, a lot of them. Okay, there's a lot of new faces that we're going to see on both defense and offense, and they've done a lot of off-season work to be prepared for this year. Those Lumberjacks are poised, hopefully, to make some noise in the Central Idaho League this year. St. Mary's has expanded on their offense a little bit from last year. You can still expect to see more of a run-heavy offense. And with the off-season, they did a lot of 7-on-7 tournaments, which was really helped their passing game this year. So maybe we'll see more than 570 yards passing and less than 11 interceptions. So there's just a lot of things this team has done to help themselves be prepared this year as the Lumberjacks come back out on the field. Defensively, St. Mary's, they are young with a lot of new faces on the defensive side, but Coach Rouse says expect a high energy out of these guys. They're going to be flying around. They might make some mistakes here and there being younger on the defensive side, but that's why you play quite a few games that are non-league early in the season to kind of work those kinks out. So I'm excited for the season. Hopefully Lumberjack fans are as well. And again, we are a fairly young squad. There is only, I believe, I haven't totally done the count, but 5 seniors this year on the Lumberjack varsity roster. So not a whole lot of seniors. Now let's take a look at the Sandpoint Bulldogs. They are from the 5A Inland Empire League, District 1. They are 1-0 in the season, 15th in max preps. They beat Twin Falls last week, 36-26. Last year, they were 7-4 overall, 2-0 in their league play. They're coached by Ryan Knowles. It's his 7th season. Key returners for the Sandpoint Bulldogs. You've got Drew Lehman, a senior league offensive player of the year last year. You got Gage McElroy, a senior. He was the league defensive newcomer of the year last year. Caden Garcia, who's a senior, he was all-league offensive line. Jesse Turner was a senior all-league tight end, and Tristan Tomko, senior all-league offensive line. They have 24 seniors on their roster, they lost, I think, 24 seniors last year, and they have 20 seniors this year. Tells you how big they are. A benefit of the Sandpoint has a lot of edges over St. Mary's. They're a 5A school. They have separate offense and defense, basically. So nobody really plays both ways on the field. St. Mary's is going to try to mirror that this year, but it's a little bit tougher with a small school. I think we're getting ready for the national anthem. Like I said, they graduated 20 seniors last year and have 24 on their roster this year. Let's see. We talked about that part of it. The Bulldogs made it to the playoffs last year, but they fell to Pocatello 44-23 in the first round. They do like to run a spread offense, and on defense, you'll see a lot of 3-4 look. Occasionally, they'll switch that up. We are getting ready for the national anthem, so we will step away and take a break.
Show your spirit and unleash your school colors with a debit MasterCard from P1 FCU. With our exclusive high school and college design, you can represent your school with pride. To join the P1 FCU Mascot Madness, visit p1fcu.org to see all our designs. P1 FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back, national and overlooking the Jacks, possibly. Can the Jacks pull off the upset? You never know. That's why we play the games, right? Either way, St. Mary's doesn't really have anything to lose, and they have everything to gain from tonight's game. So if St. Mary's can hold close with the Bulldogs and make it a close competitive game, it'll be a big win on Max Preps. If St. Mary's comes away with a win, it'll be an even bigger win in the Max Preps rankings. So I think any way it goes, as long as St. Mary's just isn't blown out by them, it's a positive for the Lumberjacks. Even in a blowout, it might still be beneficial. The JV team played Sandpoint JV last night. They lost that game 46-14. And the interesting thing about that is Sandpoint has a freshman, a varsity, and a JV squad. So our freshman-heavy JV squad was playing probably against a lot of sophomores and juniors on the Sandpoint JV squad. So there was a big discrepancy in their football IQ, I guess you could say. These younger guys not quite as polished, and the JV squad for Sandpoint a little bit more polished. So it was a good showing. St. Mary scored a couple of touchdowns. That was great. So they're going over some starting lineups now. I do have some starters for Sandpoint. I don't have starters for St. Mary's. We know that St. Mary's gets introduced as a team typically. So, and actually, they may not be doing actual starters. Okay. So we won't take a break. We're going to keep it here, and we will go and look at some of the other sports action. Lumberjack soccer boys 0-1 on the season. They lost to Priest River 9-0 in their first action. They will be at Coeur d'Alene Charter on the 4th. The girls are 1-1 on the year. They beat Priest River 3-2 the other day. They are at Coeur d'Alene Charter on the 4th. Volleyball is I didn't write down that. They are 1-1 overall 0-1 in league play. They beat Logos in their first action 3-1, but they lost to Priest River last night by a 3-0 score or 3-0 match. And they will be at Kellogg on the 5th. Over to college and pro, the Vandals at Oregon tomorrow. They will play at 4:30. We're going to try to get that game on the air. Boise State at Georgia Southern tomorrow. They play at 2 p.m. Seahawks will host the Broncos on the 8th of this month. That game at 1 o'clock. Seattle Kraken hockey, their first preseason game is the 22nd of September. They'll host the Calgary Flames. The captains are out at midfield. Number 5, that is Drew Lehman, the quarterback for the Sandpoint Bulldogs. Number 22, Wiley Weimer. Number 74, that is Caden Garcia, and 77, Tristan Tomko. I cannot see the Lumberjack captains on the other side of Sandpoint. So right now they're getting ready for the coin flip, and they will be taking care of the ground, like I guess you call them ground rules, just what the officials expect to see out of both teams as far as sportsmanship is concerned, and all of that here. So they're going over that at the moment. I think they did the coin flip. Sandpoint, being the visiting team, would call it. St. Mary's won the coin toss. St. Mary's will defer to the second half. So Lumberjacks will go on defense first. Now we just got to figure out which side each team's going to go. Sandpoint gets to pick which side they want to defend first. So Sandpoint will go from west to east, or from right to left on your radio dial or on your NFHS screen. Lumberjacks will go left to right. St. Mary's in their green jerseys with black pants. Sandpoint, white jerseys, red pants. They shake hands at midfield. We'll get ready for this game to get underway. The Lumberjack kicking team coming on out, and St. Mary's will kick off. Now we'll wait and see as St. Mary's now heads back to the sideline real quick. One quick meeting again with their coaches before they go out for the kickoff. So the starting quarterback for the Bulldogs is senior Drew Lehman. Wide receiver, see here, trying to go over real quick. Wide receiver Brady Newart, number 11. Number 13, wide receiver Jesse Turner. Number 14, wide receiver Dallin Williams. Number 25, wide receiver Gomez Maverick. Number 29, running back Ashley Hawkins. And then you got your offensive line. You got the Jevin Meyer, Isaac Jordan, Gavin Walters, Caden Garcia at the center, and Tristan Tomko. So setting the ball up for the kickoff for the Lumberjacks is going to be Amato Stewart. Amato is number 0 for St. Mary's, which I'm not showing a number 0 in my roster that I put in here. Using the stats for Huddle is always questionable how it's going to show up when you start it. So we'll pick, I'm just going to put Amato as number 1 because Lumberjacks don't have a number 1 on the roster. Back deep for the Bulldogs. Can't quite see the numbers on the jerseys at the moment. I think it's number 10 of Van Lee, and I think the 25 of Gomez Maverick. The kick is going to be kind of a squibber to the far side. It's going to be fumbled, and diving down on it is the Lumberjacks. It's a scrum, and let's see who they say gets the ball. Not pulled in cleanly by one of the upmen, and they will say Sandpoint will recover it. And I don't know who recovered that, so we'll just put that there. No tackler. And the ball will be at the Sandpoint 45. So the Bulldogs come out with one receiver split out. We said they'd like to go to the spread, but not on this first game. It's our first run play up the middle. A carry by the number 29. The tackle, I believe, by Stewart. And that was Hawkins with the carry. Pickup of 8. It's going to be a handoff again. And number 9 with the carry once again for all the way down to the 39 of St. Mary's. Vince Hugh made the tackle for the Lumberjacks on that one. This time it's 1st and 10 to the Lumberjack 39-yard line. Sandpoint comes out with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of formation. Lehman in back to throw. He's going to look for his wide receiver, caught at the 29 and tackled by the number 22 of DeFort. The catch by Jesse Turner. I think it's down to the 29-yard line of St. Mary's, so it's a first down for the Bulldogs. Going to be a pass again into the flat. Catch is made. Tackle by Grimaldo. Ball is spotted at about the 24-yard line. And the Sandpoint Bulldogs waiting to get the play in. Looks like they have 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Lehman goes into the pistol. Trying to get Lumberjacks jump. They don't. He's going to roll to the near side, looking to throw out into the flat. Receiver is open, but he's going to drop that ball intended for Dallin Williams. Dallin Williams, number 14, couldn't quite bring that ball in. Brings up 3rd and 5. No, second. 2nd and 10. And we have a run by the running back to the left side. He's going to be brought down by DeFort and Year out, but a big run.
Ball carried by Ashley Hawkins. Good for a Sandpoint first down.
Down to the 5-yard line or so. So big run by Hawkins. Again, 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Lehman calling for the snap, takes it, hands it off. Different running back this time stood up in the hole. He's going to be brought down by a whole host of Lumberjacks. Now it was number 8. Preston Smith picked up a couple. Host of Lumberjacks on the tackle.
2nd and goal now for the Bulldogs.
Brings up 2nd and goal for the Bulldogs. I think they're just inside the 5-yard line. They're not putting that up on there. I don't know if our announcer for the field has a spotter this time, so I'm trying to keep track of that as well, as I normally do, but I usually help get a little from them. Quarterback keeper Lehman finds an opening up the middle, and the Sandpoint Bulldogs will take the opening possession and take it down for a touchdown. So the Sandpoint Bulldogs lead 6-0 over the Lumberjacks. Looks like 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Lining up in their swinging gate, interesting little formation here. They'll pitch this ball over to the side normally. Lumberjacks shifting on defense. They're going to snap it straight back, going to fake the handoff, going to throw it to the end zone. It's going to be just out of the reach of the receiver.
Jesse Turner's pass on the extra point.
2-point conversion was no good. So the score is 6-0 in favor of the Sandpoint Bulldogs with 7:53 to go in the first quarter of play. Actually, I don't think the clock just ran on that attempt there, but it did. Anyways, we'll be back after this.
Are you ready to turn your dream space into a reality? Look no further than Construction Solutions, your trusted partner in residential and commercial construction. From concept to completion, we've got you covered. At Construction Solutions, we specialize in site development with top-notch excavation services, ensuring a solid foundation for your project. Our experienced team is dedicated to delivering quality craftsmanship and exceeding your expectations. Opportunity awaits with Construction Solutions. Whether it's your dream home or a thriving business space, we're here to make it happen. Call us now at 208-582-3305 and let's build your future together. Construction Solutions, where excellence meets opportunity. Visit our website at constructionbylozano.com. That's constructionbylozano.com.
And we are back. Aiden DeFort and Julian Grimaldo back deep to return the kick. Kicking for the Sandpoint Bulldogs is Reed Bradburn. Lines up the Sandpoint. The Bulldogs, the kick is on the way. Looks like it's going to be fielded by DeFort at about the 1. Big kick by him. He's going to take it to the far side. He's got a little bit of room up the sideline. Tackled down just across the 20-yard line. Did not see who made the tackle for the Bulldogs. That ball looks like it's going to be placed to 24. And that's where we'll see the Lumberjack D offense for the first time. Junior quarterback Jack Barta will be under center. He's got Jason Thompson snapping to him. Lumberjacks break their huddle, head of the line of scrimmage. Lumberjacks, everybody in tight, wedge formation. Now they back out of it. One receiver to the near side, DeFort with the number 5 of Gustav the other side. High snap. Barta pulls it down, escapes one. No, he's going to be sacked. A little bit of a high snap there.
Barta dropped for a loss.
And lose about 10 yards.
Defensive play made by Reese Wolf of Sandpoint.
Reese Wolf with the sack.
Loss of 10 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 20.
So it'll be 2nd and about 20 for the Lumberjacks, back to their own 15-yard line. So St. Mary starts in a hole here. One receiver to the near side, one to the far side. Brock Barta goes in motion. Jack takes the snap, pitches it out to the 24 of Dittman. Dittman gets around the edge one side, trying to squeeze around. Is going to be hit by a host of Bulldogs after I think he got a short gain. Looks like it may be no gain.
No gain on the play.
So no gain for the Lumberjacks, brings up 3rd and about 20. So St. Mary's comes out again, all wedge. Going to be a quick snap. Going to get a little wedge action there. Jack Barta keeps it. And picks up about 4.
And straight ahead. Gets a couple. It's going to be 4th down and about 7 now for the down.
So the Lumberjacks will, I don't expect to see St. Mary's go for it at this point. So we've got their punt unit out. I think it's the number 10 of Van Lee to return the punt. He's waiting at the 49 of his own side of the field. And I believe it's Julian Grimaldo to punt. High snap. Grimaldo's going to get it. No, he's going to try to keep it. And he's going to slip down. And it's going to be a bad punt. It's not really a...
Too high over the head of the punter.
I'm going to have to call it a...
Grimaldo.
I'm going to call it a run instead because Grimaldo had to take that high snap. And he's going to lose yardage to about the 10-yard line.
That's the Lumberjack 9.
So not the start the Lumberjacks wanted. As the ball goes back over to Sandpoint with a short field. One receiver to the near side. Lehman in the pistol for the Bulldogs. He's got his running back behind him. That's Hawkins. Takes a snap, hands it to Hawkins. Hawkins up the middle. He's going to be met by a host of Lumberjacks after a nice game.
Bring my hands off to Ashley Hawkins.
About a 6-yard gain. One of the Lumberjacks I've seen in there on that tackle was Aiden Yearout. Brings up 2nd and goal for St. Mary, or for the Bulldogs, as they are threatening deep in the Lumberjack side of the field. 4:47 to go, first period. 4 receivers set, handed off again, met in the backfield, driving him backwards. And that was a nice defensive play by the 0 of Amato Stewart. I don't know if he lost any yardage there, but it's definitely no gain. I might gonna call it a 1-yard loss.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal for the Bulldogs as Amato Stewart met Ashley Hawkins right in the hole there. 1 receiver to the near side, 3 to the far side for the Bulldogs. Hawkins in the backfield. Lehman's gonna look to throw to the end zone. He's going to overthrow his receiver, intended for Williams, incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
That brings up 4th and goal for the Bulldogs.
So St. Mary's can get a stop here. That'll be huge after the short field given to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs might actually kick a field goal here as they bring out the number 48 of Bradburn. The holder for the Bulldogs is Dallin Adam. And now we have a whistle. And maybe a timeout taken by Sandpoint.
Timeout Bulldogs.
So the score 6-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. Bulldogs 4th and goal from the 7 and a timeout. We'll be back in 30.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
And we are back. Quick little discussion for the Bulldogs. It was a really fast timeout for them. They didn't spend much time with their coaches. Lining up to kick the field goal. It's Reed Bradburn. The holder is Dallin Adams. Snap. The ball is down. That kick looks like it was no good. So it was wide. Field goal attempt.
Wide to the right.
And it took a minute for the officials to it took a little while for them to
1st and 10 Lumberjacks and their own 7.
Took them a minute to come together and say that it was no good. So St. Mary's defense comes up with the hold. The score 6-0 in favor of Sandpoint. Lumberjacks get another crack at it on offense. Did not have the offensive stand or start they wanted to with that first possession. They went backwards more than anything. Got a player coming in late off the sideline, Michael Nyman. They get him into the huddle. Coming out of the huddle is Thompson. He heads to the ball. The rest of the Lumberjacks break the huddle. Nyman to the near side. Gustav to the far side as wide receivers. Dittman lined up behind Barta. Barta takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw, looking for Gustav. Gustav trying to get that catch over the top of the defender. And the defender probably had a chance of picking it off, but he didn't get his head turned around in time. Nice looking, a pretty nice throw by Jack Barta. Just good coverage there by the 14 of Williams. Lumberjacks breaking their huddle. Nyman still there as a wide receiver. He's going to split to the near side. There's a little bit of a wedge again for St. Mary's. I think it's a handoff to Gerard Dittman up the middle in that wedge, and he's going to not really go anywhere. host of Sandpoint Bulldogs in there on the tackle again.
No gain. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
So no gain. 3rd down and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Nyman exits the field for St. Mary's. They bring in a different receiver as Hayden DeFort now wide to the near side. Far side is Gustav. Barta communicating with Dittman in the pistol. Takes the snap. Takes the handoff. He's going to look to DeFort. And DeFort makes the catch down to the 50-yard line. DeFort did an excellent job of getting his head around, locating the ball. Great defensive coverage by the defender. I believe it was Jordan Tyler, but DeFort able to make the catch. What a beautiful catch by Hayden DeFort.
31-yard pass completion by the Lumberjacks.
That ball is all the way down to the 50-yard line, a 35-yard completion. Wait. We're going wrong. No, that's right. 40. Lumberjacks are going to hand it off this time.
Handoff goes to Brock Barta.
Handoff to Brock Barta. Actually, that might have been that one I've been told about by Coach. That's actually a pass.
No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I'm going to call it a pass, and we'll call it no gain. So, if that was that play. So it brings up 2nd and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Right at the 50-yard line. 2:11 to go, first period, 6-0. Sandpoint leads. DeFort to the near side, Gustav to the far side. The snap, going to fake the handoff. Barta looking to throw. He's going to go over the middle looking for Grimaldo, or actually near side. Had a little bit of pressure on him. Had to force that one out kind of quickly and just missed Grimaldo barely. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Lumberjacks.
10 now for the Lumberjacks.
As the sun settles down behind that mountains down there, and makes seeing the field a bit easier here this evening. Lumberjacks break the huddle. Near side, wide receiver is DeFort. Far side, Gustav. Pistol formation for Barta. He's going to take the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to be sacked. That is the number 30 getting in there to make the sack, Wyatt Burnett.
And then defensively, for Sandpoint was Wyatt Burnett.
Loss of about 6.
Loss of about 9 makes it 4th and 19 for the Lumberjacks.
Loss of about 6. 30. So 4th and about 16 for St. Mary's. They're looking to go for it here on their own side of the field. DeFort to the near side. Gustav to the far side. Barta. Oh, nope. It's going to be a little pooch punt there. Not a very big punt.
Quick kick by the Jacks. Was out of bounds. And the Bulldogs will take over.
That ball will go out of bounds to 41 of Sandpoint. So there's no return there. Getting the ball into the Bulldogs. Winding down in the first quarter, 1:16 to go. Sandpoint leads St. Mary's, 6-0. Bulldogs look like they've got one receiver to the near side. Three receivers split off to the far side. Lehman in the shotgun. He's got his running back split to the near side. Lehman takes the snap, Going to hand it off to Hawkins. Hawkins gets the edge on the far side, down the sideline. Can he outrun the Lumberjacks? No, he will be tackled, but after a big game. It'll be Year Out making the tackle.
For Sandpoint, big gain on the play.
They're going to mark that at the Lumberjack 30.
30-yard run and a first down for Sandpoint.
That was Aiden Year Out with the tackle. Looks like his third tackle of the game. 3 receivers. Snap. He's going to look to throw. Looking into the flat there, kind of like a little bit of a receiver screen intended for Dallin Williams, incomplete over his head. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
2nd and 10 from the Lumberjack 30.
From the Lumberjack 30-yard line. Bulldogs get set. Everybody in tight. 1 receiver split to the far side. Hand off to Hawkins. Hawkins takes it up the middle. Looks like tackle for St. Mary's made by Soten. Gain of about 5.
Gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs.
And give Soten the tackle there. I'm not sure if he got the tackle, but he was the one that was up in front of the receiver or the running back. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Lehman in the shotgun. So Hawkins split out, going to look to throw. St. Mary's brings a little bit of pressure, caught in the flat, and going to be tackled out of bounds by number 1 for St. Mary's. I'm not sure who that is. Caught by a number 11 is Newhart. That ball will be placed at the 15-yard line of St. Mary's as the Bulldogs drive continues. I don't have a number 1 on my roster for St. Mary's. Handoff up the middle to Hawkins. Again, big pile of bodies. Can't see who made the tackle there, but a pretty good run by Hawkins. And the end of the first period.
That's the end of the first quarter of play. The score is Sandpoint 6.
Let's say he probably got about 6 yards. Looks like he's going to be down to the 5-yard line. So they were on the 15. I don't think they got a first down, but they might have. So we'll have to wait and see where they place that. But I've got to end the first quarter here in a second. We'll take a quick break.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
2nd and goal now for Sandpoint.
Second and goal for the Bulldogs.
About the 9
No, it's not second goal. It's 2nd and about 1. Second and 1 at about the 6-yard line for Sandpoint. Into the first quarter.
2nd and goal from the Lumberjack 5.
Six nothing over St. Mary's. Kind of a not a long extended drive. They took over at about the 40-some yard line or so, 41-yard line of their side of the field. Bulldogs come out with a 4-receiver look to each side. Lehman, shotgun. Hawkins next to him. He's going to look to throw, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown by the number 14 of Dallin Williams.
Dallin Williams for a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
That'll extend the lead 12-0 over the Lumberjacks. pending the extra point attempt.
Bradburn for the extra point.
Going for the 2-point. Nope, they're going to shift into their kickoff or their field goal or extra AT attempt. That is the number 48 of Bradburn. Snap is off. It looks pretty good, and it is good.
Extra point is good. 11:54 left in the half. The score is Sandpoint.
So 11:54 to go in the first half. It's the Bulldogs 13, the Lumberjacks 0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
And we are back. It'll be the Bulldogs kicking off as the teams, of course, at the end of the first quarter switched sides. So the Bulldogs now kicking from left to right on your radio dial. Back deep for Lumberjacks is DeFort and Grimaldo to return the kick. Kicking off for Sandpoint is the number 48 of Reed Bradburn.
Bradburn is your top for Sandpoint.
Bradburn lines up the Bulldogs. Approaches the ball. Kick is off. Nice deep kick. Going to be fielded at about the 8-yard line by DeFort. He's going to reverse, try to bring it to this near side. Stiff arms one guy, spins around another, and is only going to pick up a few on the return.
DeFort, return.
Let me say he fielded at about the 9. He's going to return that ball out to the 20. And that's where St. Mary's will start. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. I don't know why the clock's moving, but it is. Losing a little bit of time here. The clock probably shouldn't be started. It's supposed to stop after a kickoff. Lumberjacks up to the line of scrimmage. Gustav near side. Far side is Stewart. Coming out as well to the near side is Grimaldo. He goes in motion, and we get a flag in the backfield. I think we're going to delay a game against St. Mary's.
Delay a game on the Lumberjacks.
5-yard penalty. So it's a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15 on their own 15-yard line, roughly, for the Lumberjacks now. Everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. 1 receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Grimaldo in the slot, going to hand it off. Dittman trying to get off of some tacklers. He's going to pick up a few. And a 3-yard pickup by Gerard. Brings up 2nd and 12 for the Lumberjacks on their own 18-yard line. I think St. Mary's has just 1 first down so far. That was on that nice catch by DeFort. St. Mary's breaks the huddle. Gustav to the near side, Grimaldo in the slot. I believe it's Stewart lined out to the far side as a wide receiver. Low snap. Bart is able to get it up. He's going to look downfield, trying to keep his eyes upfield to look for somebody to get that ball out to, but the defense gets to him. The sack goes to Reese Wolf, and a loss of about 3. Brings up 3rd and about 14 for the Lumberjacks. Bulldogs playing with that 3 down linemen, 3-4 front. Same receiver set for the Lumberjacks. Barta looking to throw, out route to Gustav. It'll be caught. They're going to say caught at about the 25.
Pass complete to Isaiah Gustav.
That's a 9-yard pickup.
We have about 8 on the play. It's going to be 4th and 6.
4th down and 5, 4th and 6 for the Lumberjacks. Again, we've talked about it. Lumberjacks don't have a lot to lose with this game. So we'll see if they're showing they're going to go for it. They did punt out of this earlier. We'll see what Barta does. Takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. Across the middle. Going to be incomplete, intended for Stewart. Lumberjack sideline looking for a flag. I thought it was pretty good coverage, but I'm not the coach, of course. It's saying, hey, there was contact there. Maybe he went through his back a little bit, maybe not. But in any case, St. Mary's turns the ball over on downs. 8:37 to go in the half. It's 13-0 in favor of the Sandpoint Bulldogs. Bulldogs will start on the Lumberjack 25-yard line to get this next possession going for the Jacks, or for the Bulldogs. 3 possessions for the Bulldogs, 2 touchdowns, 1 missed field goal attempt. St. Mary's 3 possessions has not got to the other side of the Sandpoint 50 yet, into the Sandpoint side of the field. 1 receiver to the near side for the Bulldogs. Lehman under center. Going to take the snap, man in motion. Going to hand it off the first man up. That is Hawkins. Stewart and Gustav on the tackle.
We have about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 now.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. This time they go to their 4 receiver set, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Lyman in the pistol. Hawkins behind him, going to take the snap, looks to throw, going to get pressure. He escapes that pressure. St. Mary's had a bunch of guys in the backfield, and he's going to take it to the end zone. He's going to scramble.
Just knocked down, just about a foot short of the goal line. It was ruled a touchdown.
I'm going to try that one more time. My stats is not. Okay, well, it's not letting me tag that as a scramble for some reason. Going to call it a run by the quarterback, and they're going to say it gets it into the end zone just barely. So 19-0. The kick on the way. It looks like it is up and good. Extra point good. And the Bulldogs stretch their lead out by a score of 20-0 over St. Mary's. 7:54 to go in the first half. We'll be back.
The adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Don Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. For safety and training information, see your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887.
And we are back. St. Mary's set to return the kick. The Bulldogs set to kick off. Back deep for the Lumberjacks. You've got Grimaldo and DeFort. Up ahead of them is Barta and Dittman. As the 48 of Reed Bradburn sets the ball down on the 40-yard line. Lumberjacks on the road next week to Bonners Ferry to take on the 4A Badgers. Kickoff on the way. Deep down the middle. Going to be fielded by DeFord. He's going to bobble it for a minute. He fields that at the 5, reverses direction up the middle, takes a big hit at about the 19.
Report on the return for the Jacks. First and 10 Lumberjacks from their own 19.
So Lumberjacks will start 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. Lumberjacks would love to get a nice extended drive here. Gustav to the near side, only wide receiver split out at the moment. Barta with Dittman behind him, takes the snap, hands off to Barta, or to Dittman. Dittman finds a little bit of room this time. Picks up about 4.
Dipping on the carry for the Jacks.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Lumberjacks.
6 now for the Lumberjacks.
I do apologize. I'm not really catching the tacklers for Sandpoint. 2 receivers this time to the near side, 1 to the far side, or actually it's 1 receiver each side, and they got their like wing backs. Going to have a little throw out to the flat. Got some blockers out front. Caught by DeFort. And DeFort will get the 1st down. DeFort took that for about 6 yards down the right hash.
St. Mary's on their own 32.
To the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Only the 2nd 1st down for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks break the huddle. Gustav to the near side. Split out to the far side. That looked like a number 9, but I'm not sure. Might be a couple guys off the JV roster that I don't have. They're going to get, oh, and he had room to run. That was a nice looking play. Pitched to Brock Barta. I'm pretty sure that's the one that they're calling a pass. So that was tossed up to Brock Barta. He's going to pick up about 2 yards before he's brought down. But he kind of got tripped up there. Looks like they're calling it only about a 1-yard gain. Yeah, there's a number 9 out there for the Lumberjacks. He was not on my roster either. Lumberjacks take the snap. Looks like a screen play here, and I think that was the incomplete pass. Intended for Gustav, a little bit of a receiver screen, I think, and he was hit and the ball popped out. That looks like they're going to call it a fumble. I don't think it was a fumble. Wow, they're calling that a fumble. Or no, maybe it was a backwards lateral. I'm not sure. Or a lateral. But I'm going to have to, I guess, call it a complete pass to Gustav. He lost a couple of yards and then fumbled it. Recovered by Sandpoint. Recovered it there and returned it to the 5 of St. Mary's.
Fumble was recovered by Sandpoint.
So the ball goes over to Sandpoint. Gonna have a pass into the corner over the head of Fort, caught by the 13 of Turner for TD. Touchdown for the Bulldogs. So they take advantage of the Lumberjack turnover, which again, I don't think it was a turnover. I thought Isaiah got hit at the same time that ball got there and the ball came out. I honestly think that was an incomplete pass, but you know, you don't get the advantage of a replay in high school football, so you got to go with what is called on the field. 5:47 to go. The kick is up for the extra point. It is good.
And the score is Sandpoint 27, St. Mary's.
Sandpoint now leads 27-0 over the Lumberjacks with 5:47 to go before the half. We'll be back.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction. You can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler drops in the toilet to a bathroom scale. to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Use Ace Hardware, the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
So we're back, and I believe the number 9 is, I see, must have got overlooked when they were putting their roster together, but the number 9 should be, I believe, Xavier Sloper. So the Bulldogs kicking off. Bradburn to kick it off. Back deep for St. Mary's. Grimaldo and DeFort. The score, 27-0 in favor of Sandpoint. 5:47 to go in the half. Kick again to DeFort. Fielded at the 10. Going to take it down that far side. Goes over one tackler. Going to take it up to about the 31. So a pretty nice return by Aiden DeFort. Right to the Lumberjack 30-yard line. St. Mary's will start 1st and 10 on their own 30. St. Mary's would love to put together a drive here and get something in the end zone. DeFort splits out to the far side. Lone receiver split out. Barta in the shotgun. Going to pitch it to Dittman. Dittman tries to get around the block. He does. He's now reversing field. Runs into a Sandpoint Bulldog player. Knew that he had to do it in the open field, so he just lowered his shoulder into the number 33 of Wolf and picks up a few yards for Dittman. So a nice, hard-earned, well, they're going to say it's only 1 yard. I'll give him a credit for 2. As Dittman lowered his shoulder into Wolf and trying to get some room there. So it'll be second and a long 8 yards. One receiver to the near side, that's Gustav, short side of the field. Barta in the shotgun. He's giving some direction to Gustav out there. The snap, going to hand it off to Dittman. Dittman powers forward. Nice run by Dittman. And I think St. Mary's might want to see if they can establish that ground game instead. They've been trying to be balanced, but that ball is going to be carried to the 35, 37-yard line. So it's 3rd and about 3 or 4 yards for the Lumberjacks. So Dittman has had a couple of big runs. Not big runs, but I almost think they should be doing, there's going to be a false start on St. Mary's. Jumped it a little bit early. So it should be 3rd and 8 now for the Lumberjacks, as they were going to try a little bit of wedge action there to try to get that first down, but they jumped early on this near side of the line. So St. Mary's now 3rd and about 9 yards to go. Kind of forced, not really, but somewhat forced into maybe a passing situation, unless they want to go for it on 4th down. 2 receivers near side, one to the far side, faking the snap. Barta looks over the middle, caught, 1st down by Julian Grimaldo. Grimaldo's first catch, that ball taken to the 43-yard line.
That's another Lumberjack.
11-yard pickup, Lumberjacks. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's, 3:30 and counting in the first half of play. The Bulldogs lead 27-0. Lumberjacks break the huddle. Gustav comes to the near side for the Lumberjacks as a wide receiver. Nobody split out to the far side. Barta goes under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Dittman. Dittman's going to get stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. No gain there. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Lumberjacks. It's the first time I think that I've seen Barta go up under center like that.
Ball on the Lumberjack
42. 2nd and 10 for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks coming out of their huddle. Gustav to the near side, up to the top of the formation is Stewart. Grimaldo goes in motion from left to right. Pitches it out to Dittman. Dittman tries to get the edge. Good pursuit by the defense. And I think Dittman might have lost a yard or so.
Dittman on a carry. No gain.
So a loss of about a yard brings up 3rd and 11 for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's on receiver near side. That's Gustav. Far side, Stewart. Grimaldo in the slot. Snap, little pitch to Bardo. Bardo with some room to run this time and gets slung down after a pickup on the completed pass.
Gain of about 4. It's going to be 4th and 6 now.
Yeah, probably about 4th and about 6 yards for the Lumberjacks. And of course, St. Mary's, they're going for it, I think, just about every time this time. Again, not a league game. Now's the time. I mean, the score is not out of reach necessarily. You can have a big second half. Minute 35 to go. Oh, nope, they are going to punt. That punt's going to roll all the way to the 16-yard line.
If Alva punts it away, it's a good roll for the Lumberjacks. It's going to be 1st and 10 Bulldogs from their own 26.
He's at the 26. No, the 16. That's the Bulldog 16-yard line. No return. So the Bulldogs with a minute 25 to go before the half. They lead 27-0. They'll come out on offense. They have 2 timeouts left, and we'll probably see them they might go into a little bit of a hurry up, try to get something down the field quickly. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Looks like a different quarterback, maybe. Yes, the number 7 in at quarterback. He's going to throw it into the flat to Hawkins. Hawkins makes the catch. Hawkins is loose down the sideline, and he will be brought down by Grimaldo.
And Hawkins, big gain on the play.
But not before a huge gain to the Lumberjack side of the field. They're all the way to the Lumberjack 40.
1st and 10, Sandpoint from the Lumberjack 40.
Sandpoint quickly, snap, and we're going to get a whistle. I thought somebody for Sandpoint jumped early, but I'm not sure. Looks like it might have just been timeout taken by St. Mary's, actually. Minute 5 to go in the first half, 27-0. Sandpoint on top. Lumberjacks take a timeout. Again, we knew coming into this game that it was going to be a big test for St. Mary's. And 27-0 right now is not the way I'm sure the coaches envisioned or hoped for it to be get close to halftime. But there's been some positives. Again, you're playing against a bigger school. They've got a lot more pool to pick from. They've got larger players. They've got so many players that you obviously can pick your best of your best out there. So, I mean, it's definitely St. Mary's is definitely, on the short straw of this side of things, but it's not an undoable task. So St. Mary's comes out with, or the Bulldogs come out with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of the formation. The quarterback is the number 7, Braden Buckout, and I think we get an offside. Is it a false start? No, it's encroachment by St. Mary's. Pre-snap penalty.
5-yard penalty will make it 1st and 5 now for second point.
Well, St. Mary's has been fairly clean as far as penalties. I think there's only been 2 or 3 so far. The Bulldogs have no penalties yet tonight. St. Mary's does have the 1 turnover, which I think is questionable on the turnover. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Buckout, calling for the ball, looks to the sideline. Takes the snap. Going to look to throw deep. And there's a lot of contact, and there's going to be a pass interference called against the Lumberjacks. That'll be the number 23, Year Out, getting called for the PI. Made contact just a split too soon.
Flag on the play. Pass interference is a call against the Lumberjacks.
I think it's a 15-yard penalty in high school, so yeah, it was definitely pass interference. Got there just a tad too early. Other than that, pretty good coverage, but Year Out was in perfect position, really. He just mistimed his collision with the receiver. 1st and 10 on the 24 for the Bulldogs. Buckout's going to roll to the near side, look to throw. He's got a wide open guy. He's going to be down at about the 1 yard line. Touchdown by Year Out.
This pass is caught by number 13, Jesse Turner.
Jesse Turner with the reception.
Good for a Sandpoint first down. 1st and goal now for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are going to have the quarterback keeper. Some extra whistles down there, but what are we getting here? So there's a touchdown. Touchdown. St. Mary's is going to get a penalty on them for a late hit or something like that. So I think they're seeing if the coaches want to assess this on the extra point, the penalty yardage, or on the kickoff. So just like I'd done, St. Mary's has been pretty clean penalty-wise. They've had 2 or 3 in a row there. 2 in a row, I would say. 3, because they had the offsides and the PI, and now a unsportsmanlike or a late hit. Actually, no. Was the penalty against Sandpoint? Oh, the penalty was against Sandpoint.
15-yard penalty.
So it was a 15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs, so they will kick the extra point from the 25-yard. Snap is down. Its kick is up, but it is a short. So no good on that extra point. And with 43 seconds left in the first half, it's the Bulldogs of Sandpoint 33, the Lumberjacks 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
Now we are back, and I forgot to mention this in the pregame, but again, this is a 5A school and a varsity team at that from the 5A ranks. And St. Mary's, it's been a long time since St. Mary's has played a varsity 5A school. Typically, we play their JVs, and I think talking to one of the Sandpoint guys, he said that he's heard that it was since 1982 since St. Mary's and Sandpoint have actually met up in a varsity competition. 43 seconds on the clock. Bulldogs lead 33-0 over St. Mary's. Bradburn to kick off. DeFort and Grimaldo back deep. High kick this time. Fielded at the 31 by Stewart.
Short kick returned by Stewart.
Stewart shows up in the defensive stats, but not in.
4.5 seconds left in the half.
I don't know why I don't have a 0 showing up in my return men, but he fielded that at about the 30. And brought it up to the 43. Again, Huddle is kind of rough on the stats program there. Going to have a pass attempt by Jack Barta. He's going to get pressured, tries to escape the pocket, but gets sacked. Loss of about 4.
Backfield.
I didn't see who made the sack for the Bulldogs. Snap, Barta going to throw again. Looking deep, just over the outstretched arms of Brock Barta. Brings up 3rd and 14 for the Lumberjacks as they're trying to go deep here. They're trying to maybe get that quick strike before halftime. 6 seconds on the clock. Lumberjacks trail 33-0. Remember, coming back from the half, St. Mary's will get the ball first. Have our halftime report. And we normally have our senior spotlight at the half. I did record one, but I think I forgot to save that recording of that senior spotlight, so I don't have a senior spotlight ready to go this week. Barta takes a snap, looking to throw. He's going to go deep. Catch, caught by Gustav, and he's off to the races as the defender falls down. And the quick strike before, a penalty, but it might be a late hit on the quarterback. And it's a touchdown, St. Mary's.
Barta. For Gustav.
The touchdown is good, so it was going to be a late hit or something probably against Sandpoint. 61-yard connection there. And the Lumberjacks will get on the scoreboard right as the first half comes to an end. Gustav had the defender beat, made a great catch by going up in the air for it. The defender ends up falling down, and Gustav had green field in front of him. So Lumberjacks in their huddle for the extra point. They're probably going to go for 2, obviously. You're down by 33. Don't have nothing to lose. No worries here. So try to get that extra 2 points on the board. Gustav to the near side. DeFort to the far side. Barta takes the snap. Going to throw it over the middle. Oh, got a beautiful pass just over the defender, but just missed Grimaldo.
And that's the end of
the end of the first half. St. Mary's a little bit of a spark there at the end on the 61-yard completion from Jack Barta to Isaiah Gustav for the touchdown. The score, though, 33-6 going into the half. St. Mary's will have the ball when we come back from halftime. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with some halftime statistics.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawasha, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, "Go Lumberjacks!"
And we are back. Halftime. Lumberjacks trail the Bulldogs of Sandpoint 33-6 in the first half. St. Mary's had just 9 first downs in that first half, while the Bulldogs had 11. St. Mary's looks like 10 for -14 rushing, while the Bulldogs are 13 for 110, 13 carries for 110 yards. St. Mary's averaging just -1.4 yards per rush, while the Bulldogs averaging almost 9 yards per rush. The St. Mary's is 8 for 13 passing, no interceptions. The Bulldogs 7 of 11 passing, no interceptions. Passing yards, St. Mary's with 140. The Bulldogs with 100. St. Mary's averaging just about 11 yards per reception. The Bulldogs with 9. St. Mary's total plays 27 with 126 total yards. The Bulldogs have 24 plays with 225 yards. St. Mary's averaging just around 5 yards per play, and the Bulldogs at just about 9.5 yards per play. St. Mary's with 1 turnover, albeit in my mind a little questionable. Third down conversions, 3 for 8 for St. Mary's, 1 for 2 for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's 1 for 2 on 4th down. The Bulldogs 0 for 0. Sacks, St. Mary's 4 for -21. The Bulldogs have not been sacked just yet. Field goals, St. Mary's none, and the Bulldogs 0 for 1 in the field goal category. That's a look at the team stats at the half. We'll take a break and come back with a look at your, for the most part, your individual player stats.
If you know which side of a saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, block, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Ginny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Fall is coming and, of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. Triple X Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. Triple X Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, Triple X Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by Triple X Feed in St. Mary's today.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. It's halftime here at Lumberjack Field on a nice evening here in early fall, I guess you could say, getting close to that fall time anyways. 7:30 to go in the halftime. St. Mary's trails 33-6 to the visiting Sandpoint Bulldogs. Jack Barta for the Lumberjacks. Actually, we'll start with the Sandpoint Bulldogs, what I have for them stat-wise. Braden Buckout has come in late in the second quarter at quarterback. He is 2 for 3 for 78 yards passing. Drew Lehman, who played most of the first quarter and into the second quarter, he was 5 of 8 for 37 yards. Receiving, Recky Wolf has 1 catch for 40 yards, or Reese Wolf has 1 catch for 40 yards. Jesse Turner, 3 for 38, 3 receptions for 38 yards. Brady Newhart, 2 for 16 yards, and wide receiver Dallin Adam, 1 for 6. Leading rusher was, of course, Ashley Hawkins. He has 9 carries for 84 yards. And then you got 2 rushes, or Weston Smith with 2 yards. In here, it doesn't show me who scored the touchdowns. I don't remember if they have. I do think they have a receiving touchdown and a couple of passing touchdowns. Jack Barta on the Lumberjack side, 8 of 13, 140 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, we've got Isaiah Gustav with 2 catches for 70 yards. Hayden DeFort with 2 catches for 52 yards. Julian Grimaldo has 1 for 11. And Brock Barta has 3 catches for 7 yards. In the ground game, we've got Gerard Dittman, 8 for 13, 8 carries for 13 yards. Jack Barta has 1 for 4 yards. And it looks like Grimaldo has 1 for -10, and then the sacks count negatively on rushing as well. On the tackle side, for what I've got so far, and it's hard to see sometimes, I usually go back and re-watch film and try to clean up those tackle stats a little bit. But I've got Aiden Yearout with an assist and 3 tackles, Amato Stewart with 2 tackles, Hayden DeFort with 2 assists and a tackle. Brock Barta has a tackle, Zach Soten with a tackle. The number 1 has a tackle, and I'm not excited. Like I said, not on the roster I received. I do know they handed out a few other jerseys to a couple of the JV kids for floating, and I think that's some of them that are getting in there and that I don't have on this varsity roster right now. Then Julian Grimaldo has a tackle, and Isaiah Gustav has an assist in the tackle category. So that's a look at your individual stats. And again, the halftime score, St. Mary's trails 33-6 to the Bulldogs. We'll take a break and come back with more of your halftime.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 582-4844.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Mary's. When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1 million in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's.
And we are back with 1:40 to go before the teams come back out from their halftime in the locker room. St. Mary's, a little bit of a rough first half, but they are playing once again a 5A school. Sandpoint is got a size advantage as far as their numbers and everything, and St. Mary's wasn't expecting to come out here and blow out the Bulldogs, but I guarantee they hope that the score was a little bit closer than what it is. 33-6 isn't an unsurmountable lead if you come out and just have some good things go your way and play lights out. You never know what can happen. But Lumberjacks just need to come back out in the second half and see what they can do. They've kind of figured a few things out. They're kind of getting to the flow. Coach Rouse said it in the preview of our game that Sandpoint having that game last week is good for Sandpoint. It knocks the rust off of them. St. Mary's, it's their first game. They haven't been able to knock that rust off yet. The part that was in favor of St. Mary's was that the Bulldogs had no film on the Lumberjacks, obviously. But that's probably a negligible factor for some. And like I said, the biggest thing for Sandpoint is their size. They've got some big guys over there. They've got a lot of players. And I think St. Mary's is, for the most part, there's a few guys playing offense and defense, but not a lot. And so St. Mary's is trying to do the same thing as Sandpoint is, but Sandpoint's still just a bigger school in general. And, they've got a few more coaches, a few more things to their favor. So, like I said, St. Mary's never expected to come out and blow the doors off of Sandpoint. Would they have liked, or would they like to be hanging a lot closer score-wise? Yes. But again, the reality is you've got a 3A school going against a 5A school. And like I said, St. Mary's just needs to come out here and put their best foot forward and see if they can play a good, clean second half and just make a little bit of noise here. Let's see if they can put together a scoring drive on their first possession of the second half, because they get the ball to start the second half. You score on that possession. Maybe you get a turnover with Sandpoint's next possession. You score, and then things kind of change. So you just never know. It's not a huge deficit by any means. So we're just going to have to see what St. Mary's adjustments make at the half and how St. Mary's comes out here in the second half. I think they put some extra time on the clock for warm-ups for St. Mary's and the teams to kind of get a little bit warmed up and ready to go. So we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with second half action from Lumberjack Field here in just a moment.
Show your spirit and unleash your school colors with a debit MasterCard from P1 FCU. With our exclusive high school and college design, you can represent your school with pride. To join the P1 FCU Mascot Madness, visit P1FCU.org to see all our designs. P1 FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back, getting set for the second half of action here from Lumberjack Field, opening night for your Lumberjack football squad. They'll be on the road next week to take on the Bonners Ferry Badgers up in Bonners Ferry, of course. And we'll make that trip up to Bonners to broadcast that game. And I'm trying to remember, I think St. Mary's, well, I can't remember if we beat Bonners Ferry or lost to Bonners Ferry last year. I don't 100% remember. I want to say that we beat them, but I don't remember, so we'll just have to wait until I can look and verify for sure with that game last year. I think it was our homecoming game, and I think we did beat Bonners Ferry. In any case, that game is not important at the moment, so St. Mary's will receive the opening kick. The Badgers come out. Bradburn takes the ball from the official. He's got the tee. He's going to set that up.
Right,
now he gets the ball.
To start the second
Taking
half.
the fort, Julian Grimaldo, back deep for the Lumberjacks, waiting at their 5. And we're just about ready to get the second half underway. 12 minutes on the clock. Bradburn lines up the Bulldogs. Checks with all of his guys, make sure they're ready to go. And the second half underway here at Lumberjack Field. It's going to be DeFort fielding it at the 5. Going to be a little reverse action. Grimaldo brings it near side, shakes off of one tackle, takes a brutal hit, keeps on his feet, and gets another 4 yards.
Takes a pretty good lick and dishes a pretty good one out. It'll be 1st and 10 Lumberjack.
He's going to take that to the 25, I believe, is where they're going to mark that ball down. He took a pretty good shot, but Grimaldo kept his feet and was able to pick up an extra 5 yards after that contact. So nice hard running by Julian.
1st and 10 Lumberjacks at their own 25.
Lumberjacks will start 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line. Break the huddle. Everybody going to be in tight this time. Going to fake the handoff. Barta rolls, throws it. It's got a man wide open. It's caught by Grimaldo. Sideline, has a little bit of a block almost. And he's going to take that to about the 50-yard line.
Good for a big gain out across the 50 to about the 46-yard line. 29-yard pass.
And they're going to mark that all the way into the Bulldog side of the field to the Bulldog 47-yard line. So a 28-yard pickup by Grimaldo. They got the Bulldogs to bite on that. They've been running it out of that formation the whole night. The Bulldogs bit hard on the run. Little pitch out to Dittman. Dittman has some room down this near sideline. He's going to get a big block out of DeFort. Dittman off to the races. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Well, we get a flag, and I can't believe that. That was a clean. Oh, if they call that back, that was a clean block. That was a clean block. That was a clean block. That is, I don't know what they're calling it. I swear that was a clean block by, I think it was DeFort laying a big block, but they're calling it back. If they're calling the block, if that's what the penalty's on, that was a head-to-head clean block. To me, it looked like, if that's what the penalty's on. My goodness. Going to negate a 47-yard touchdown run by Dittman.
All right, that moves it way back.
And it'll be
So the Lumberjack 49.
first and about 13.
It'll still be first down.
Spotting the ball on the Lumberjack 49-yard line. St. Mary's going to throw it over the middle. Got Grimaldo. Grimaldo across the 40, still on his feet. Gets away down the sideline and down to the 30-yard line roughly.
Pass complete to Grimaldo from
The Lumberjacks don't get the touchdown, but we get a complete pass and almost a first down. It might even be a first down to the 34 of Sandpoint.
17-yard gain and another
17-yard pickup for the Lumberjacks. $11:20 to go, third period. One receiver to the near side, two to the far side. Barta with the snap. Going to be a little pitch over to Brock Barta, and he's going to pick up about 6. Going to call that a pass because I know Coach Barta told me to call that a pass. Pickup of about 5.
Getting a 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 now for the Jacks.
The wide receiver running across the front of the formation, getting a little shovel pass to him. I got a text message from Alex Barta about a week ago that showed me a film of what it looked like and said this is technically a forward pass. So I know how to score that one in the stats. One receiver to the far side. Grimaldo goes into motion, fakes it back out to the other side, and a take the handoff is Dittman. Dittman's going to keep them legs driving to get behind to push the pile, and it should be really close to a first down for Lumberjacks.
Game tackled by the Bulldogs.
And St. Mary's hurrying up a little bit here.
Gain of 4. It's 3rd and 1 for St. Mary.
3rd and 1 for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Under center's Barta. He's going to keep it. Lumberjacks pushing that pile. They finally blow the whistle. And I think it's a gain of 2 or 3 yards.
Barta. And that's another Lumberjack.
Marking that ball at the 24. So a first down for the Lumberjacks. 1st and 10, Sandpoint 23-yard line. Lumberjacks putting together a nice drive here to start the second half. A ref in there saying something to the Lumberjack huddle. Not exactly sure from up here. St. Mary's in their huddle. One receiver to the near side. Looks like one to the far side. Gustav to the far side. DeFort down to the near side. Man in motion. Jack Barta takes the snap. He's going to throw it to his brother. Oh, Brock was wide open, but Jack left that just a little bit too far out. Not sure what Grimaldo Julian had his hands out. I'm not sure if he was maybe confused about the play call, or I think Grimaldo might have been open as well, but Brock Barta was wide open. That ball just tossed a little bit too far out ahead of him. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Dittman in the backfield. Barta pistol. DeFort near side. Far side, Grimaldo, or Gustav. Grimaldo went in motion. Then looked at Gustav. Gustav! Oh! Off the fingertips. Gustav almost hauls that in. A beautiful pass laid over the top by Jack Barta. Just couldn't quite get it into his hands. Nice throw.
For the lucky winner.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Get your tickets out.
Again, good coverage too by Sandpoint. Sandpoint has had pretty tight coverage on most plays tonight. The ones that St. Mary's has caught has been pretty good catches. Good throws in the tight areas.
707.
So for me, in my opinion, that bodes well for St. Mary's when they get to playing, competition in their league. One receiver to the near side, one to the far side. Barta and DeFort and Gustav split out, 3rd and 10. Barta going to throw. He's got time. Good and deep. Trying to come back for it, and a flag comes in as Brock Barta is going to draw the pass interference call, trying to work his way back to that ball. First penalty against the Bulldogs. Should be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Lumberjacks. Actually, it might be 1st and goal. Again, I don't know. I think Jack might have underthrown that just a little bit, and the only person that's seen it that was underthrown was Brock, and he was trying to come back to the ball, and 2 Sandpoint Bulldog defenders kind of impeded that opportunity to get back to the ball. They didn't get their heads around. Give St. Mary's the first down on the first penalty against the Bulldogs. Because the Bulldogs have played a very clean game tonight to this point. 2 penalties, I think, on the night for the Bulldogs. So St. Mary's with DeFort near side, Gustav far side. Dittman in the backfield. Going to give it to Barta, and the pile's pushing. I think the ball came out. And St. Mary's coughs it up.
Fumble on the play, recovered by
fighting for that extra yardage, trying to get it to the end zone. The ball comes loose. The officials are going to say, nope, forward progress has never stopped, and the Lumberjacks turn the ball over.
Okay, the winner
recovered by Sandpoint. So,
was a gentleman named Chaz.
5-yard line. So St. Mary's had a beautiful drive going, but getting that ball stripped out there at the end stymies that.
You the man, Chaz.
So a nice long drive by St. Mary's that just but was about to result in a touchdown. Bulldogs quarterbacking his buck out. This is going to be a run up the middle. Harpole in there on the tackle.
Tackle was made by Bryce Harpole.
No gain, looks like. Bulldogs quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Buck out in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off, and it is a different running back. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage by a whole host of Lumberjacks. Amato Stewart, one of the ones to get in there.
Harpole again on the tackle.
They say Harpole on the tackle. I didn't see who ran that ball. It was Weston Smith. He might have got that carry the last time, too.
39 now for Sandpoint.
Bryce Harpole, we'll give him the tackle again on that one. So 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Lumberjack defense, see if they can get a stop here. Buck out, trying to get the snap. Almost gets Lumberjacks to jump off sides and a whistle. Timeout taken by Sandpoint. 7:35 to go, third period. Again, a great drive for St. Mary's to open the second half. Just that fumble right there at the goal line. Could have punched that in for 6. But they've got the Bulldogs held right now to 3rd and 9. So we'll take a quick break. Be back with this third down play.
Are you ready to turn your dream space into a reality? Look no further than Construction Solutions, your trusted partner in residential and commercial construction. From concept to completion, we've got you covered. At Construction Solutions, we specialize in site development with top-notch excavation services, ensuring a solid foundation for your project. Our experienced team is dedicated to delivering quality craftsmanship and exceeding your expectations. Opportunity awaits with Construction Solutions. Whether it's your dream home or a thriving business space, we're here to make it happen. Call us now at 205-882-3305 and let's build your future together. Construction Solutions, where excellence meets opportunity. Visit our website at constructionbylozano.com. That's constructionbylozano.com.
And we are back. 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs, backed up deep on Lumberjack's side of the field at about their own 6-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Buckout takes a snap, looking. He's going to throw it. And it's going to be completed. And a big hit as a tackle comes in by Harpole.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play, though. Flag on the play. 29, Ashley made the reception. You get that ball up to about the 14.
Hawkins on the carry for Sandpoint.
It might have actually been a run, but I thought it was a pass. It's going to be a face mask against the Bulldogs. It'll be half the distance to the goal, and it's probably going to remain 3rd down. That ball should be marked down probably right back at the 5. At the 6-yard line. That's where we'll put it. So it's 3rd and about 7, it says now. Going to get the snap. Again, that pass out into the flat. They find the same one, and St. Mary's wasn't ready for it. Big gain by Hawkins. Tackle made by Yearout. So that was
the first down for the Bulldogs.
St. Mary's was nowhere near to stopping that play that time as they ran basically that same little flare-out pass from the running back. That is going to be a first down up to the 26.
From their own 28.
I'm going to say the 28-yard line. Take the snap, hand off to Hawkins. Again, Hawkins finding room to run. And again, I believe it was Yearout again with the tackle, shy of the 40. Call it the 30.
Jeremiah Palmer on the carry.
Well, they said Jeremiah Palmer. 34. And a timeout taken by St. Mary's. That's the 6th tackle unofficially for Yearout as the Lumberjacks take a timeout. St. Mary's had the Bulldogs backed up deep on their own side of the field after, again, a nice opening drive by St. Mary's. They would have loved to have got that punched into the end zone. Bulldogs able to strip that ball out when St. Mary's went into their wedge formation. Barta trying to fight for every inch he can to get into the end zone. And that turns into just a big rugby scrum with bodies everywhere, hands reaching in. The Bulldogs able to strip that ball out. The second turnover for the Lumberjacks in this one. Again, I still think that first turnover was a little questionable. 2 fumbles for the Lumberjacks here in this one. Bulldogs have been clean on the turnover side of things. They have about 3 or 4 penalties against them, maybe 5. St. Mary's has a handful, not an atrocious amount really. They got about 6 penalties maybe, and only a couple of them pre-snap. That was one thing that St. Mary's kind of battled with last year. That they tried that they had to fight with and then try to get corrected was pre-snap penalties last year. St. Mary's kind of struggled pretty bad with those. They've only had a couple of them here tonight. One receiver near side, three to the far side. Buck out, takes a snap, looks to throw, clean pocket, looking deep, got a receiver, and it's just off the fingertips of the number 25 Maverick. And if he would have caught that, he was on the run, and he would have been off to the races. He got a step on, I believe it was Grimaldo. I believe that was Julian in coverage, and Gomez Maverick just got just a little separation. That ball right off the fingertips. Bulldogs quickly into their stance, going to hand it off up the middle. Tackled by Xavier and 65, Xavier and Cody Mitchell.
Jeremiah Palmer was the ball carrier. Gain of about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now for the Bulldogs.
What did I say was the other one? Cody Mitchell. Bulldogs with 4 receivers set this time. Buckout takes the snap, looks to throw. Good pocket. Lays over the top, but caught out of bounds by the number 11 of Newhart.
Pass was complete, but it was out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down.
Pretty nice throw, nice catch by Newhart right over his shoulders, but he lost where he was on the sideline and just was out of bounds when he caught that by about 2 feet. That was the senior wide receiver, Brady Newhart. Brings up 4th down. That's a 4th down on the scoreboard. 4th and 10. 4th and 4. I didn't even pay attention to that. I don't know how that happened. Bulldogs going for it. No, they're punting. My bad. Punt is on the way. Going to be fielded. Said one tackle is year out. Gets to the near side. Going to take that to about the 34.
Year out on the return. First and 10 Lumberjacks from their own 35.
Where did he fill that at? Lumberjacks with the run. Big opening, big run there by the Lumberjacks.
Grimaldo with the 1st down.
Julian gets that's not going to be a run, it's going to be a pass to Grimaldo. As he goes up the middle, and he's got a little cramp going on there. Going to take that to about the 50-yard line. And call it to the 50. 15 yards. 1st and 10 on the 50 for the Lumberjacks as they try to get Julian stretched out. He's probably going to have to leave out of this play for the moment. They're not going to be able to keep him out there. It's obviously a cramp issue with the way they're stretching him out. But they'll have to get a different receiver in there and get him some hydration into that boy and hopefully get that cramp stretched out. So I haven't seen anybody come in yet for Grimaldo. So hopefully St. Mary's realizes, unless they did get somebody in there, but they've got to get the personnel in there for offense. And actually they're going to say the 49-yard line is where he had that. Oop, negative 49. DeFort to the near side. Dittman splits out as a wide receiver. Snap. Barta hit as he throws. Caught by Brock Barta right at the 1st down marker.
Down to the 40. And that's another Lumberjack.
So Lumberjack 1st down, 1st and 10 at the Sandpoint 40-yard line. 5:13 to go, 3rd period. Got two receivers split out. Sparta takes a snap, flips it to his brother Brock. Brock finds an opening. Up the middle. Can he outrun the defense? And he will take it almost to the house. He'll be down at about the 1 yard line.
Gain of 39. It'll be first and goal Lumberjacks from the standpoint 1.
So a 39-yard gain by Barta up the middle. On the catch and run. First and goal for the Lumberjacks. They're going to do the scrum again, I think. And it was Jack Barta keeps it on the 1 yard sneak, and the Lumberjacks take it in for their second touchdown of the contest. So right now, 33-12, the Bulldogs lead. With 4:44 to go in the third period. Lumberjacks going to go for 2, I'm assuming. Looking to see if I see Julian back up and hopping around over there. Yeah, he's over there stretching out again on the sideline. Looks to be have that cramp worked out. St. Mary's 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Dittman motions out of the backfield. Empty look now, going to give it. Barta's going to keep it, and he's going to find an opening down into the end zone.
Jack Barta runs it in for a 2-point conversion.
So the Lumberjacks
4:40 left to
score there, and the score now 33-14. St. Mary's trails, 4:40 to go in the third. We'll be back.
Tax time is here again. I know, it's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Janelle. And we are back. It looks like it'll be Amato Stewart kicking the ball this time. Well, he kicked it the first time. So we'll still crediting these kicks to Amato. Put the ball in the wrong spot. Amato had the ball at the 45-yard line, so gets the ball put up in the right spot. Lumberjacks will probably onside this. See if St. Mary's can steal a possession here. Nice little floating kick, but it's going to be illegally touched by St. Mary's. So
flag down. The kick didn't go 10 yards.
We'll see where they mark this or if they re-kick. I don't think they'll re-kick. It was a nice-looking pooch kick. It just didn't quite go 10 yards. So let's see where they're going to mark the ball for Sandpoint. I think they'll mark it where it goes out. I think. Oh, no, they're going to have them retake it.
Point from the Lumberjack 46. Their own 46.
They'll re-kick it from the same spot, or are they marking it off some? No, re-kick it from the same spot. That's funny to let them retry that kick. It's actually back at the 35 now, I think. Okay. And again, did it go 10 yards this time? No. Let's go back, actually. So let's see if Sandpoint makes them re-kick it again. I don't think they will. It was on St. Mary's. Let's see where they spot the ball. I'm just going to spot it wherever they put it. Looks like they're going to spot it at St. Mary's 44.
First and 10, Sandpoint on the Lumberjack 44.
So it'll be standpoint ball on St. Mary's 44. They're going to fake. No, it's a handoff up the middle. Hawkins on the carry.
Hawkins on the carry.
DeFort on the tackle.
Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that is Hayden's first tackle of the game. The 2nd and 9, or that says 3rd and 9. That's not 3rd and 9. That's 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Snap, handoff again to Hawkins. Met in the backfield, dragging Stoughton a little bit, but I think he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle by Zach Stoughton getting into the backfield to make contact.
Stoughton on the tackle. No gain. 3rd and 9.
So it's 3rd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. 4 receivers set. Buckout rolls to the near side, looking. Now he's going to take it and run. And he'll be lower shoulder into DeFort. He'll pick up a nice little chunk, about 8 yards, as he gets run out of bounds by DeFort.
James Morris there for the Jacks.
30
down for Sandpoint.
37-yard line. Tackle, they say, was Morris, but I'm going to also give it to DeFort. And Morris. I'm just going to give it to DeFort. I think they also said that Caden Morris got in there, too. That's going to be a run this time. The Bulldogs look to have possibly gotten the first down. Just by a little bit there. Number 1 in there on the tackle.
3 to 4. First down.
13 with the carry. The Bulldogs
Palmer on the carry.
able to get the first down. It's Palmer on the carry for the Bulldogs. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at about the Lumberjack 34-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Buckout takes a snap, rolls to the far side. Going to throw it to the flat as a man. Moore gets away from 1 tackler. Grimaldo's going to clean it up at about the 20.
Leavens pass complete to Dallin Williams. Good for a Sandpoint first down.
Williams with the reception. Grimaldo with the tackle. That ball looks like it's going to be placed at the 20.
1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Lumberjack 30. From the Lumberjack 20.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And they're getting them to run the clock. Gotta get the clock running.
Quarterback in there for Sandpoint now is Braden Buckout.
Buckout. So Buckout's been in since the 2nd quarter of the game, but finally getting noticed by our announcer there. Sometimes just getting I've caught myself missing when they do that change as well, not expecting it. Going to get a pass by Buckout. Nice catch, nice coverage there. Hayden Urau was right there on him, but the touchdown catch is made. Complete to the number 14 of Williams. So on that one, it was pretty good coverage by Urau. Urau was on his hip pocket, and that throw was just laid up perfectly. And Urau really couldn't do much. I don't think even if he would have jumped, he could have really stopped that. I mean, that right there, you maybe tell him pass interference is okay, but that was not much Urau could do to stop that completion. That was a beautiful pass by Buckout. We'll bring Bradburn to kick for the extra point. Kick is up and good by Bradburn. So the Bulldogs stretch that out to a 40-14 lead over the Lumberjacks with 2:07 to go in the third. We'll be back.
Tell Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. With local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
And the Lumberjacks could have really, what's interesting is that one possession that hurt St. Mary's on the beginning of the third, but they did hold the Bulldogs, I think, score on the next possession. So still ended up about the same, but it's 40-14 in favor of Sandpoint. We've got Barta back deep with DeFort instead of Grimaldo, as they want to keep him from dealing with that that cramp. DeFort will field it, hand it off to Barta at about the 5. Barta's going to get corralled at the 20.
DeFort hands it out to Brock Barta. He gets knocked down right at the 20.
And that one's always, they don't have a handoff option or lateral option or anything like that on the stats thing, so you can't really credit it as like a handoff there. So you've got to give it to the guy who actually ran the ball there, which was Brock Barta. Fielded at about the 5, takes it up to about the 20. That's where St. Mary's will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 20. 1:58 to go third period. Lumberjacks trail 40-14. St. Mary's breaks the huddle. DeFort near side. Gustav at the top of the formation. 2 other running backs or split backs are just kind of in tight on the formation. Dittman splits out wide now. Barta takes a snap. He's looking to throw. He's got some time. Now he's going to be flushed. He's going to escape one. He's trying to find some room. Still escaping. He needs to just get rid of that ball. There he goes. Throws it across the field. Bad choice. Picked off by the number 37 at the 30-yard line. That is McElroy, who will take it back for a touchdown, I do believe.
Pass was intercepted by Gage McElroy, and he returns it for a touchdown.
So the first mistake from Jack Barta there with that throw all the way back across the field. He probably should have just heaved that out of bounds. That's one of those ones that you still got to learn from. Take that ball, chuck it out of bounds, and move on to your next play. But that one, he was trying to make a play, threw it back across his body, across the field, into the middle of the field. This field goal or extra point is up and good. And quickly, it's 47-14 in favor of the Bulldogs. 33-point lead for the Bulldogs now, as we got a minute and a half to go in the third. I'm not sure when a running clock starts in the fourth. I'm not sure if we're at that threshold for points already, but it doesn't happen until the fourth quarter, I don't believe. We'll find out. I'm not worried about that. I would actually rather not get a running clock and let the Lumberjacks get as much time as they can to work against this bigger school, honestly. But that's definitely a learning moment there for Jack. I was hoping he wouldn't throw that back across the field like that. And I'm sure Coach Alex, the offensive coordinator, was probably saying, don't do it on the sideline as well. But he did. He tossed that right back into the middle of the field. There was a bunch of bodies there. He did have, I think it was either DeFort or Dittman that was in the middle of the field, but there was a couple of other bodies in red and white jerseys that also had a good bead on that ball, and that was picked off by Gage McElroy and returned for a touchdown for the Bulldogs. So a tough one there for St. Mary's, as Jack did a great job extending the play. Coach Rouse has got his kick returners huddled up over there on the side. They are coming out now. The Fort comes out in the backfield, as does Grimaldo back out there to return. Bradburn to kick it off for the Bulldogs. There's been a good mix of good and bad here for this first game for the Lumberjacks tonight. Kickoff deep, going to be to DeFort. He's going to field it at about the 5. Going to hand it off to the next man. That's Barta. Barta is going to be upended at about the 20.
Ron Barta on the return, down to the Lumberjack 20.
So St. Mary's will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20. I think at some point you'll probably see Sandpoint play some more of their backups. Once you get more to the fourth quarter, you might see a shift in their defense and offensive players. Receiver to the near side, receiver to the far side. Going to hand it off to Dittman. Dittman's going to get a couple before being brought down.
On the carry for the Jacks.
Pick up a 3-yard. Tackled by Aiden Smith for the Bulldogs. Going to be a throw this time by Barta. He's flushed back to this side, looking to get rid of it, and this time he does get rid of it.
Barta has to throw it away.
I'm sure that's what they would have liked to have seen him do on that previous play. The pass rush took him away from obviously the flow of his offense, so he definitely couldn't throw that back across his body to get that to the guys that were probably all going to the opposite side, because he rolled out to the left and then got flushed back to the right, and there was really no outlets, I don't think, on this side of the field that were viable. One receiver to the near side, one to the top of the formation. Barta hands it off to Barta. Brock finds some room to run. He's going to pick up the first down for the Lumberjacks. Nice run by Brock Barta. Or actually, it's not a run. It's a
Brock Barta on the carry. And that's another Lumberjack.
So that was, let's see where the ball is marked at. That'll help me out. 34-yard line. 11-yard gain. First and 10 on the Lumberjack 34. One receiver to the near side, one to the far side. Barta in motion, left to right, now coming back the other way, right to left, now coming back to the left, right. Pitch out to Dittman. Dittman, gonna see if he can get the edge. Turns on the jet, Trackster gets the edge, and he got taken down just about the first down marker.
Dittman makes the corner.
Might be a little bit short of the first. Got about a 9-yard pickup by Dittman there. Gerard, he is fast young man, senior. He is
and that's the end of the third quarter
off the track team. Into the third quarter, the Bulldogs
St. Mary's 14.
trail 47-14. Lumberjacks with possession. We'll be back.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Now we are back. We're going to be entering the fourth period of play. St. Mary's trails 46-14 to the visiting Sandpoint Bulldogs. Don't forget, we will talk about it, player of the game at the finish of the night. I haven't even really thought about it, to be honest with you. We've got a couple of guys that could potentially get it. Pretty decent game by a couple of guys so far. Lumberjacks will switch ends. They are at their own 43-yard line. Looks like more like the 42-yard line. That's okay. We'll keep it right there on the stats. 42-yard line. So it's 2nd and 1 for the Lumberjacks after the Dittman 9-yard run before the end of the third. Official talking to the head coach for the Bulldogs. I don't know if there's really an option for a coach to say, we want as much time as we can get. Let's not run the clock if it is at that point of the game. Let's stop the clock and not do a running clock. But I'm not sure if we're even at that point. I always forget what that point spread is to get the running clock. St. Mary's is down by, 32 right now? Lumberjacks in the huddle. They bring a receiver to the near side. Gustav. DeFort to the top of the formation. Grimaldo in the slot. Going to be the pitch option to Dittman, and it's a clean block.
Flags down.
That is a clean block that got laid right from head on. And they're saying no. There's another flag from the back. Maybe it'll be offsetting, but we'll see. That I don't know why they're calling that. DeFort laid a pretty hit. The official's trying to tell him what he did wrong, but I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I'm going to have to ask Coach after the game because that's twice now that St. Mary's has been penalized on that, and I don't know why. So it's only against St. Mary's. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, I'm sure. Repeat last down. And it's probably going to be second about 16 or so for St. Mary's. I'm going to get clarification from Coach on that because it just doesn't make sense to me. He's hitting them right in the chops. Head up, front on front. From the front. He's not hitting them from the back or the side. Barda's going to get the snap, but now we get another pre-snap penalty, and what do we got here? We're going to say the receiver took off early for the Lumberjacks. The penalty is hurting St. Mary's a little bit now.
Procedures a call against St. Mary's. That'll move back 5.
Back them up a little bit more. St. Mary's on their own. They went from 2nd and short to 2nd and long at about the 23-yard line. So it's 2nd about 21 yards. Might be a little bit more than that.
2nd and Calder from the 21.
Whistles going on out there. That's the line of scrimmage. I mean, if anything's good out of those penalties, it's 2nd down. They've got a couple of tries to get the yardage back. They've had a couple of big chunk plays. So Barda in the shotgun. Signaling to his guys. Takes the snap. He's going to pitch it to Brock. Brock sheds off one tackler, but he's not going to get past the other one.
Rob Barda on the carry.
And I think, again, that's a pass, not a tie. Not a good start to their drive until that penalty. The snap to Barda, looking to throw. He's got to get a lot out of it. Oh! Almost a pick six as he threw that one a little bit short. Got away from him, intended for Grimaldo. And the Bradburn was the one that dropped getting that pick six there. So St. Mary's dodges one there a little bit with the dropped interception. Let's see what the Lumberjacks decide to do here now. Stopping the clock. So it's 10:18 to go. 47-14. I'd love to see the Lumberjacks get it to 21-47. So, just something like that. One more touchdown on the board for St. Mary's would be good. I think St. Mary's is going to punt here. Grimaldo back to punt it. Gets that snap down. Gets a low, wobbly punt. It's going to take a bounce all the way down inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line. So a nice punt.
Rolls dead at the 37-yard line. First and 10 Bulldogs. Nice punt by Grimaldo.
No return, so that's where the Bulldogs will take over on their own 36 with 10:08 to go in the contest. I'd like to see the Lumberjack defense get a takeaway. So we'll see. We've got number 21 out there as a DB for the Lumberjacks, and that is Alan Wise. As the Bulldogs break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers near side, two to the top of the formation. Buckout takes the snap, hands it off. Going to be a tackle by Stewart.
Wes Smith. Gain of about 5. It's 2nd and 5 now for the Bulldogs.
Say Wes Smith with the carry. Number 8. Who did I say with the tackle? Oh, Stewart. Picked up a 5. Bulldogs again. 4 wide receiver look. Buckout in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Going to get some pressure. The ball right through the hands of the intended receiver. Intended for the 15.
Meant for William Mooney.
Of William Mooney. Brings up 3rd and 5. And this is where I was saying you probably see some of those backups on their roster get into the game for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and 5 for Sandpoint. Snap. Going to get a fake handoff and some room to run by Buckout. He's got the sideline. Coming over to make the tackle for the Lumberjacks is the 31 of Caden Morris. But Buckout gets a big run in the first down for the Bulldogs.
About the 28-yard line.
All the way into Lumberjack territory. Lumberjacks were that close to getting maybe getting a punt from the Bulldogs. Instead of first down, 2 receivers near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Buckout in the pistol, takes the snap, gonna throw, has some pressure, gonna get a deep throw, and it's caught. Aiden, you're out again. Pretty good position. Oh, no, wait, the ball comes out. Incomplete. By Mooney. I was almost right in the bucket. It was a gorgeous throw, and again, you're out right there on his hip pocket. Maybe just a step behind him. On him, maybe a touch closer to him, but still pretty good coverage by Yearout. Just that throw was right into the outstretched hands there of Mooney. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Same formation. They got 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Running back a split to the side. That is the number 8 of Smith. Snap, going to throw it into the flat. A little bit of a screen here. Wide open gap for the 31 to run, and he's going to take it into the end zone. That is Blumenberg.
For the Sandpoint touchdown.
Now, I will say that I thought I just seen the same block that St. Mary's was getting called on earlier, not get called there against Sandpoint on the 28-yard touchdown. So I don't know. I mean, that was maybe more head up. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's been 2 penalties called against St. Mary's on a big block that to me didn't seem like penalties. And again, I'll talk to Coach Rouse afterwards. Kick is up and good.
Extra point kick is up and good.
And the one thing I don't want to see, and I'm seeing it at the moment, is a couple of Lumberjacks kind of jawing at each other after the touchdown. And that's, I'm not going to say who that was or who it is, but it's a couple Lumberjacks maybe discussing who was responsible for that guy or what happened there. But hopefully the coaches notice that and tell them to knock it off, because the one thing you don't want to have is your players pointing fingers at each other for something. It's not the player's job, in my opinion, to get on to a teammate like in a negative fashion, I guess you could say. 8:41 to go. St. Mary's trails 54-14. Lumberjacks will receive the kickoff. Bradburn lines up his players for the kickoff. Ball fell off the tee. They'll reset it. Bradburn lines up the Bulldogs. Kick is off. That's a low kick. St. Mary's going to let it roll to actually out of bounds. So it'll be a penalty against Sandpoint. I don't know if they'll re-kick it or what they'll do, but now they want the running clock here with the 40-point lead. So I want to spot the ball. Are they going to put that on the 35? St. Mary's 35. St. Mary's will have first and 10 on their own 35. Everybody in tight. One receiver to the top of the formation. Barta takes a snap, pitches it to Dittman. And a guy gets free on the Bulldog side of things. That's the 48 of Bradburn. He's going to get Dittman in the backfield. Somebody didn't get their block, and there's going to be about a 10-yard loss. That's going to go back to the 25. Either that or Bradburn just made one heck of a move to get away from his guy.
Second and 22.
So second and, that says 20, but it's second and 35. That's not quite that far, is it? We'll fix this up to here. And a big run by the Lumberjacks.
Now it's complete to Dittman.
Oh, complete to Dittman on the pass. Complete pass to Gerard.
Gain of 17 is going to be 3rd and 5 for the Jacks.
Gain of 17. Nice job there by St. Mary's to get that all the way up to about the 40-yard line. So it's 3rd and about 4 for the Lumberjacks. They take the snap. Barta's looking to throw, looking. He's got to run out of time, and he's going to chuck that ball out of bounds.
Pass is incomplete.
Right decision there by Jack. Get that ball out of his hands. Bring up 4th and 4. St. Mary's, I'm sure, will go for it. Running clock. This could be their last offensive possession if they don't keep it rolling. Good coverage there by the defense as they had everybody Everybody hemmed in on the receiver side of things. And Barta didn't have anywhere to try to maybe make something with his feet out of that. One receiver to the near side. That's Gustav. DeFort to the top of the formation. Barta, pistol, takes the snap. Gonna look to throw. He's going deep. He's got a man open. Oh, it's picked off as the safety comes over and makes the catch. He had Grimaldo for a minute.
Was intercepted by
Zernick makes the interception.
Zernick.
The ball will be placed at the, call it the 30. Standpoint 30-yard line is where we'll say it was caught. He had Julian for a minute, but that safety over the top was able to close in on him and make that interception. So 3 turnovers for the Lumberjacks in this one. Again, one of those turnovers to me a little questionable, but still that's what it was called. So doesn't make a difference in the game anyways. Gonna have the snap, handoff to the number 8 of Smith, right? Number 8 is Smith.
Ball carried by Wes Smith.
Didn't see who made the tackle for the Lumberjacks.
8 and 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Not sure who made the tackle for the Lumberjacks. 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs probably going to just run the ball here, maybe. Who knows? They might try something again on a throw. Only 4 minutes. There's no reason to really throw the ball. Four wide receiver look for the Bulldogs. Snap, hand it off again to Smith, up the middle, finds some room to run. Stiff arms the Lumberjack, going to be brought down by Stewart after a pickup of 6.
Smith again on the carry. Runs for a first down for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10 for the Sandpoint Bulldogs. Bulldogs get their play called from the sideline. It's almost like looking at a small college team. They've got these boards with their plays on it. They've got a bunch of pop-ups with the TV down there that review plays between series for the offense and defense. They've got a whole kit down here they brought with them. Hand off again. This time it's not Smith. It's a different running back. He'll be brought down by Kusarek.
Zachary Beers.
So the 28 of Beers. Gain of 5. Brought down by Kusarek for the Lumberjacks, number 55. I will have to get a pronunciation of Blaine's last name to make sure I do have that properly. 4 receiver set again for the Bulldogs. Buck out in the pistol. He's watching the official for the clock count. Again, handed off to the number 28.
Beers runs again for a first down for the Bulldogs.
He gets the first down. Didn't see who made the tackle that time for St. Mary's. That ball is up to the Lumberjack 44. That's more like I want to see. I think that's it is. So a minute ago, the 2 players that were jawing at each other after a blown or a messed up play are hugging it out there on the field. So that's a positive in that. 4 receiver look again for the Bulldogs. 1:24 to go. Man in motion. Snap. Handoff. Going to be tackled by the number one in Amato Stewart, a whole host of Lumberjacks as well. And I didn't see who had the carry.
Eli Taylor on the carry for the Bulldogs.
Eli something. Let's see here if I can find him real quick. Eli Taylor, the number 20. About a 7-yard pickup on the run. As the 31 seconds on the clock, I think they'll have to run one more play. Lumberjack's going to fall, take a knee. Lumberjack's going to fall here to the Bulldogs, 54-14. Well, they don't have an option for a knee, do they? In here, do they?
Final score, Sandpoint.
Oh, that's the final, though. We'll figure out the take a knee thing here.
Thank you for your attendance.
In a minute, we'll take a break and come back for our post game.
Any adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Son Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Son Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. For safety and training information, see your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back. Opening night for the Lumberjacks. They fall to a tough opponent in the Sandpoint Bulldogs by a score of 54-14, the final. Taking a look at the team stats. St. Mary's ran a total of 53 plays. Sandpoint with 48. Total yards, St. Mary's with 259. Sandpoint with 403. The Lumberjacks had 283 passing yards. Sandpoint had 183. The Lumberjacks with some few bad plays in there, some losses of yards, had a negative 39 yards. Rushing tonight, 204 yards rushing for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's ended up with 21 first downs to Sandpoint's 18. Lumberjacks shot themselves in the foot with 3 turnovers tonight, 2 fumbles lost. Or actually, it says, I don't know why it says 2 fumbles lost. It's 2 interceptions and a fumble lost. Anyway, so 8 penalties for the Lumberjacks, 4 penalties, 5 penalties for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's had 63 penalty yards. Bulldogs had 40. And again, I don't know why that's saying that it was 1 interception. There was 2 interceptions. Anyways, we'll get on from that. Top players, Jack Barta for the Lumberjacks, 298 passing yards and a touchdown. Braden Buckout had 162 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Jack Barta had 7 yards rushing and a touchdown. Ashley Hawkins for the Bulldogs, 85 yards rushing. And then Reese Wolf for the Bulldogs with 40 receiving yards. Julian Grimaldo with 71 receiving yards. Going down to the rushing, that's not showing the passing stats for St. Mary's. We've got Barter with 4 attempts, 7 yards, and he's the only guy that mustered positive yardage. Gerard Dittman had 14 carries for negative 15. He had a long of 9. I mean, St. Mary's passing, Jack Barta had 17 of 30, 298 for 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions, a long of 61 yards. And receiving, Grimaldo, 4 catches, 71 yards, and a J.J. Yearout, 2 catches, 70 yards. Brock Barta, 6 catches for 62 yards. Hayden DeFort, 2 catches for 52 yards. Gerard Dittman, 1 for 17. And got to get that one up to Brock Barta as well for some reason, because it's Brock Barta. Brock actually had 8 receptions for 73 yards. They're giving some to Coy Sands, who is not with the Lumberjacks anymore, obviously. Defensively, I have Aiden Yearout unofficially with 5 tackles, 1 assist. Amato had 4 tackles and an assist. DeFort, 3 tackles and 2 assists for the Lumberjacks. And kick returns not really relevant, and punt returns not really relevant. It's really kind of a tough one tonight to give the Talk About It player of the game, but, I'm going to give it to the guy that kind of gave St. Mary's a spark at the end of the first half and got that touchdown catch. It was a nice catch and turned it into a touchdown, and that's going to go to Isaiah Gustav. He had a pretty solid night, not too bad. Again, he had 2 receptions tonight for 70 yards and 1 touchdown. So we'll go with the Talk About It player of the game tonight to Isaiah Gustav. That's about going to wrap it up here for us from Lumberjack Field. Next week on the road, St. Mary's will be headed to take on the 4A Bonners Ferry Badgers, and we'll be right there with them. So that's going to do it. St. Mary's falls 54-14 to the visiting Bulldogs. Have a great night. Enjoy your Paul Bunyan Days weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll see you back here next Friday for Lumberjack Football on 1240 KOFE.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjacks!